Test it again.
Hey! Alright, welcome everybody. Today we have a weird format because we're actually going to do addresses.
Do the introduction.
That's okay. Yeah, we have to do the introductions. Hi everybody, I'm Jake.
I'm Ian.
Andrew.
I'm Mitch.
You're washing out the mic, Mitch.
I've been waiting all week to do this.
So what's the deal? Are we gonna do? Are we gonna put out one of the podcasts this week? Or
I
are we
think-
gonna do 2 in 1 week?
I think we're going to do 2 in 1 week. I don't know if I want to do just episode 5, episode 6, or just do episode 5, which will be the one that we're going to record after this one. And then have this one be like a special edition kind of thing, like a rant podcast.
I would
don't
still
know.
call it an
I would at
episode.
least
Yeah.
get this one out this week because that's when it will be most
Yeah,
timely.
exactly.
No one's gonna give a shit
Well-
any more than they already do about Dexter
They're,
next week.
they're both coming out this week. It's just a matter of
Yeah,
when they're
Dexter's stock is falling rapidly.
Falling so hard, we've got to take advantage
Oh, man.
of the clicks while we can, man.
We don't have Brandon right now because he has
He is
work
dead.
to be at. And he's dead. We killed him. We murdered him and
He
buried him in
is
this basement.
dead. Yep.
Uh,
But he'll be not dead.
I just go
later
back
on.
to
soon, yeah.
I just remember those back in the day when I met you and we were talking about the Dark Knight and we're just like, oh man, Heath Ledger was awesome. You're like, yeah, he was. He's dead, you know.
I did in fact say that.
That's a very Ian thing to say, too.
Do you guys remember where you were when Heath Ledger died?
I was at
Fuck no, I
X-Men 6
don't.
practice, actually.
Okay.
You were
People showed up and was like, do you Heath Ledger died? I'm like, yeah. What?
No, this is actually really great. I was in Scholar Bowl in high school.
Thought you were gonna say I was in
It
Scotland.
was quiz bowl, basically. You had like teams of 4. I'm explaining this to Mitch, who didn't go to our school.
Hi.
And the listeners.
But yeah, and to people in general. But it, it was basically like
Mitch
quiz
is a
bowl. You had
listener.
4 people on each team. You got like questions, and you buzzed in and answered them. So
Right.
I was at practice for that, and it's so weird. It's almost like a parallel to 9/11 in my mind because like similar circumstances happened.
I don't.
Not like they're in any way comparable as real life tragedies, but almost the way it happened to me.
The flashbulb
made it
memory.
feel like a big tragedy.
Okay.
Because I'm in the middle of practice and my mom calls me. So I step
Was she-
outside, I'm like, hang on guys, I gotta take a phone call. It's my mom, it could be important. And I answer, and she's like, so I just thought I'd let you know, Heath Ledger's dead.
Well, how did you react? Did you come back to practice? Like,
Well, I didn't like cry.
Did you have
or
to sit
anything,
down for a
But
second?
I was definitely like,
knees
what?
buckled?
Like,
Oh.
like I did, it was definitely like
Yeah.
a shock setting and kind of thing. And
what?
and then it didn't even stop there. I then walked back into Scholar Bowl and waited for like the end of the practice question we were on, and I was like, so guys,
You had to wait. You were like, this isn't important enough to interrupt practice.
No, I won't ruin the happy times we're having before I give them this sad news.
it's pretty awful, guys. But Heath Ledger just died today.
I love that idea of just being like,
Oh my
Andrew,
God.
what's wrong? It's nothing.
Looks away.
No, I'll tell you later.
I'll tell you. Not now. Andrew, I've been meaning to ask you because I haven't had a chance. But for those of you who don't know, Andrew and I live together in this mansion that we're in the basement of right now. Mm-hmm. And I've been meaning to ask you, how is it?
Do you want to taste it?
For those that can't see what you said,
That was the dumbest exchange I've ever seen.
it was pretty dumb.
Andrew
You're
was
like
like-
offering your beer, and I'm like, oh, I'll clink with my coffee mug.
And he held it there for like 20 seconds.
I was like, what does he
What
want?
do you want me to do with
No,
this?
try.
Anyway,
So
It's like he's
Andrew,
trying
we
to
live
tell
that's
together,
very good.
but I spend all my time at Sonia's house. So how does it feel basically living in your own apartment, like by yourself, and having just like a weekend guest?
I mean, it's not completely uncommon because my last 2 roommates weren't like home a lot, or at least when they were home, they were never like doing anything.
Yeah.
They were always like tucked away in their room. So for like a while now, I've kind of
Adjusted to it.
Grown
yeah.
accustomed to it.
I mean, it's like if you were around more, that's fine by me. It's just
Do you
Had
think
to
you
put on
would?
pants more.
Yeah.
Damn.
have to turn my porn down.
Yeah.
Do you think you
Actually,
would?
knowing you, I could probably just do it.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. You'd probably do it, and I'd be like, "Hey, I recognize that."
You shut up.
Is that Sasha Grey?
No,
Yes,
she
it
quit
is.
doing porn a while ago. She
Stop
did, actually.
listening to my porn.
God.
Sorry, it sounded like her.
Slams the door.
I would like judge your porn star. Like,
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Her?
Really? Come on, man. Alexis Texas, really?
She doesn't even try.
Oh,
I will give you a handwritten list, my friend.
not with this hand.
Slide it on the floor.
Oh,
It's a little worn out.
It is.
5 guys in a basement. We're just now talking about masturbation. No, wait. I think we've done that already.
No.
I'm pretty sure we talked.
No,
When we talk about
yours?
pooping.
I think we talked about that. Well, no, because we kind of touched on it when, following the poop conversation, we were like, would you eat something while masturbating?
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
So
we
it's
have
not the
covered
first
it.
time we've discussed jacking it.
But if we get like a bingo set of topics to cover,
How many times
and in the very center is masturbation. 'cause it always
It's like a
gets
free
on.
one.
free square?
Yeah. Whenever you get bingo, you like the fucking streamers come down and there's balloons. Fucking like naked ladies walk down the stairs and shit.
For that alone, I mean,
If we've
I know.
got any consistent listeners, feel free to do up a bingo card for this podcast.
Take it to Reddit, man.
We'll legitimately use it.
I will actually. I'll blow it the fuck up. Put it right here, man.
Yeah,
There's nothing else in here.
We'll get little
Pipes.
party horns and
Yeah. It'll be the
it'll
best.
be a blast.
So Mitchell, you told me like you've been really good about it. Actually, you told me like 5 days ago that you read Age of Ultron, and I was like, save it for the podcast, and you like didn't
Can we do
even try to do it. Like you just like clammed up immediately. But now you have.
Are we
free
gonna
reign.
do it?
unleash
We
the
might
tiger.
as well just make this a
Yes!
podcast about generally being
Yes!
angry at
Yeah,
something.
it's angry
Yeah, I'm
time.
fine with that.
Okay.
And I
There's a
I
lot to
should-
be angry about.
I haven't read Age of Ultron because I thought it looked retarded.
It is.
Okay, it's good to know that my
Wait, first, for those that don't know,
I'll explain
such
all
as
of this
myself,
stuff.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you guys lay down what the fuck is
Okay.
Age of Ultron. I
So
don't know.
recently, if you've heard anything about the Age of Ultron, it's either because you follow Marvel Comics or you're excited about the next Avengers movie because it's going to be called Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Sure.
The movie is going to have nothing to do with this crossover that just happened called
Well, the
Age of
same
Ultron.
name.
And
But
it will
the
have
same
everything
name.
to do with Joss Whedon, so it
Yes.
will still be good.
Okay.
they probably just did
Whatever happened over
tie-in
here,
to
that's
bump
okay
up
to forget
further.
about.
Oh, absolutely.
So for those of you who don't know, which is most of the world because we don't care about this guy,
You know, whatever.
there's a bad guy in the Avengers named Ultron.
it's one of their big bad guys. right?
Yeah,
Isn't it?
he's a
Wait,
giant,
wait.
scary robot.
Can I describe his backstory?
Played
'Cause
by
it's
James Spader.
ludicrous. Yeah, that's really
I
weird.
still
That's
can't
actually really
fully
cool. I'm
digest
excited.
that. Not that it's a bad thing. I just, I'll
Like-
see it when I see it.
Like the way I imagine it, I keep seeing his character from The Office, Robert California,
Yeah.
as Ultron, and I'm like, what's happening? Okay,
Maybe
so-
that's what it will be.
Whoa. So okay, Ultron is this giant. He's not. Is he an android or a cyborg? Or is he like 100%?
He's just a robot.
Yeah, he's just a robot.
Yeah,
robot.
And he was created by Hank Pym, who is.
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, Giant Man, Yellow Jacket, Goliath, a
Yeah.
billion freaking people.
But for all intents and purposes, he is Ant-Man, who is. Ant-Man has a Marvel movie coming up in 2015. It's that guy.
Right after the
But he created him for some fucking reason. Like he
I'll
had
go
good
with
intentions
that.
behind
I'll go
creating
with
him.
it, yeah.
But then,
Is it like an AI gone out of control?
Yeah.
yes, except
exactly.
the AI had a body from the start.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like actually a robot, like a big ass robot.
Okay. Like big
He's
ass
like person size.
story- Oh.
Yeah.
But he's made out of
Molybdenum.
Wolverine's
Adamantium.
stuff.
Adamantium.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
anyway,
he's
yeah, Ultron
Oh.
decides after he was created by
Oh, look at that guy.
by Hank Pym or Ant-Man, whatever
Yeah.
you want to call him, that he doesn't like the score and he wants to be a baddie. So he
Okay.
just flips the fuck out, and Hank Pym, this like destroyed Hank Pym because it was like his creation
child.
has yeah
Yeah.
like his creation has turned upon him. But
Pretty much.
anyway, good.
So that's a lot of the backstory. So there, when every time Ultron shows up, everyone goes, "Oh no!"
Well, shit, it's Ultron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the whole story, I got to read the giant book because I was bored, and they had it opened at Barnes and Noble. I was like, well, I could kill 2 hours, and I've been kind of curious, and so let me just dive in. So, oh, the water's freezing.
I don't like this.
So anyway, it starts off with Spider-Woman of all people, and she's swinging around, and then she gets kidnapped
Oh, no.
by just a bunch of bad guys. And they're like, "Oh, Avengers, we need to assemble," because that's all they do.
Wait, because one Spider-Woman got kidnapped?
Yeah.
They're like,
Well,
the
it's a-
Avengers.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
honestly.
Well, I mean,
It's a
to be
superhero,
fair,
yeah.
the superhero has been incapacitated.
But I feel like that's the kind
That
of
seems like a pretty
storyline that
big deal.
happens to them every week, and the
It
Avengers
does.
don't keep fucking showing up like the.
I keep on
superhero
picturing
police.
Snidely Whiplash, tying her up and putting her on a train track.
Spider-Woman's on a train track somewhere. Help me, Avengers!
So
the
the
Iron Man, nobody else.
Avengers go after. They're like, "Aha, we have found you!" And it's like a bunch of the smart bad guys. So a lot of the really dumb ones. So like MODOK, the leader, the wizard, a bunch of really smart bad guys. Were like,
Mastermind, is he Marvel?
I don't know who that is.
I mean,
Maybe.
he's too insignificant, really.
So anyway,
you keep talking.
all the bad guys are all just like, oh, we found this thing from space, and we're trying to figure out what it is. And all the Avengers are all like, we're gonna punch you guys, and they do. And then the giant, like,
boy, do they.
giant space thingy starts to, like, turn on, and they're like, what did you do? And we're like, we didn't do anything. We're smart. We didn't know how
What
to turn it
giant
on.
space thingy?
They found, like, this space thingy. It's just,
Okay.
they're calling it Space Night. And then they're all like, oh, it's turning itself on. And then it morphs, and they're like, what is that? And he's like, I am Ultron. And they're like, oh, no, it's Ultron. And Ultron disappears. He's like, I will be back, and disappears. And they're all like, oh, man, I guess Ultron's back.
So, wait, these kidnappers accidentally, in the process of fighting the Avengers, activate Ultron in what, like a basement or something?
Actually, yeah.
Next-
It's. I wish it was more
Next to like a
significant
cigar
than that.
store Indian or something? Like,
Yeah,
there's
exactly
Ultron.
like that.
He is Marvel.
So Ultron disappears, and they're all like, "Oh man, I guess Ultron's back. We'll get him next time." And Tony Stark goes, "Guys, he's like smarter than all of us. He's an always getting smarter AI."
I don't believe that Tony Stark would ever call someone smarter.
I wouldn't think so either. But again, this is about to get banana pants weird.
So that's. I guess that was probably the writer.
Yeah.
I've already detected a flaw in this
Like,
story.
this is how serious. Even Tony Stark is
Even
dropping
Stony
his
Tark
bullshittery.
couldn't even come close to this in a cave.
Stony Tark.
Stony Tark.
So that's like the prologue
Could
issue.
Tony Stark build Ultron in a cave?
Got it.
Maybe not with
He
a
might,
box
he
of
might for Avengers
Maybe,
2.
maybe 2 boxes of scraps. Not
2
one.
bucks.
Well, yeah, because that's not to completely derail this,
Yeah.
but that is the speculation for Avengers 2,
Yeah.
is that Tony Stark
Well,
is
considering
probably...
Ant-Man isn't in the
'cause,
fucking
yeah,
picture
exactly.
yet.
Hank Pym probably won't be established.
And
but-
they've also said that Ultron is not
Yeah.
going to be created by Hank Pym.
They straight up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
it's
said
not
like
Ant-Man.
Hank Pym is going to be Ant-Man, but
This
that
is
Ant-Man
not
will
happening.
not make.
Well, I've
Ultron.
heard like speculation that Jarvis is going to be.
Yeah, I think
So-
that's cool.
So from everyone in the Avengers canon, movie-wise, it's like, well, who is
Who
most
is
likely
it?
to
Yeah.
build Ultron aside from Hank Pym? Well,
Oh,
probably not Captain America or Thor.
It'd be
You know,
weird if
yeah.
Banner did
You,
it.
you basically just come down to Tony Stark, who
Yeah.
builds fucking machinery all
Yeah.
the time.
Iron
So
Man.
It seems like a good
Iron
guess.
Man.
But anyway, go
So
on,
that's
go with your-
that's the prologue issue.
Alright, fine.
It's then the first issue officially of Age of Ultron, and everything's just about dead. Like we see craters in the earth, we see this giant like space fortress, and everyone's just dead. Apparently Hulk and Thor have been killed. Black Widow is like deformed because like half her face is burnt off.
monster.
And we see like these Ultron robots just flying around being like, "Gert, gert, gert, we'll kill stuff."
Man, that was the wrong basement to enter.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So they're all like, "Oh man, Ultron! Who could have called this?" And Tony Stark's like raising his hand very quietly, and they're all like, "Oh man, this is really bad. We need to. What can we do to stop him?" And then it comes up to like this weird thing with Luke Cage and She-Hulk go in to infiltrate weird space fortress. They find out that Ultron is somehow commanding all of this happening through his son. I say in quotation marks, the Vision.
Okay.
Vision's a
That's-
robot who Ultron made.
Yeah, it's true. They don't see
It's
eye to
weird.
eye. Like Vision and Ultron don't like each other.
Vision's actually an Avenger.
Yeah, he's a good guy. But
Oh.
Ultron did make Vision.
Yeah,
and
which
Vision's
is
the one
weird.
that sees the future.
Yeah, as he's the Vision.
I was really hoping that Clark Gregg would come back as the Vision in the Shield.
I'm
TV
kind of
show.
hoping if with
But
this
he
whole
didn't.
Jarvis becoming Rogue, we're hoping it's going to be actually like his voice actor, like
Yeah.
Paul Bettany.
Yeah, that'd be red.
Anyway, they find out that Ultron is actually in the future and he's controlling all of this through Vision in the present.
Wait, okay. Hang on a sec. Red flag. Ultron is in the future, controlling the past world.
Now, I want you to bear in
Okay,
mind,
no,
this
I
is
got it. Yeah.
because this is the kind of stuff that happens throughout this entire arc.
Oh, man.
It's nothing but jumping in time, and it gets really annoying.
It reminds me a lot of I think it was Avengers Prime.
I'm talking like Doctor Who weird continuity
it's wibbly
with
wobbly,
time.
timey-wimey.
Yeah,
Um,
or it's
but
about to.
Back when Marvel did its heroic age,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Avengers Prime was the title that I think it's defunct now. But the first story arc involved the Four Horsemen.
Okay.
Like Apocalypse's Four Horsemen.
Right.
And it was the same thing. Like they came back in time and they were fucking shit up, like in the middle of an Avengers battle.
Mm-hmm.
Except the Avengers didn't know why they were there, and the Horsemen didn't know why they were there, and then the Horsemen just went back to the future. And then Tony was like, they must have been from the future, and had fucking Captain Marvel like build a time machine because he's like super smart.
Right.
And they went to the future, and Hulk was like the leader of the rebellion, and he could form words like very articulately, and he had like a huge white beard, and he sat on like a throne and shit, and he was like, "Thank God you're here." I never got any further into that story than that because I was like, "This is retarded."
I'm done with this.
Anyway,
And then I
go.
closed the book.
So, okay, so the few superheroes who are left, which is like Cap, Iron Man, Spidey, most of his costume's been ripped away.
Oh, no.
I know, right? Moon Knight of all people's like, I'm the thing. He's really not. And then they're all like, look, we have an idea. We figured out that Nick Fury had a whole bunch of doomsday plans because he's Nick Fury, and this was actually one of them.
What?
Because he's Nick Fury, whatever. That's their whole excuse.
I've got a blueprint ready if at some point Ultron returns and begins to control us through the future.
Right.
So he's not technically returning, but he's in the future.
He's in the
Yeah.
future.
These
will
are,
have-
These are in fact Nick Fury's
I believe.
I'd love to see
Hollywood
I'd
ideas
love
that
to
he
see-
locked
I'd
away.
love to see-
He's got an eye patch.
I'd love to see his blueprints that never came to fruition.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
I've got
This
a
whole
blueprint
giant book.
in case Spider-Man grows like 300 feet tall and
How to
starts
take him down.
riding Godzilla like a dog through downtown New York. I've got a plan for that
In the future.
In the future.
in the future and the past too, as a matter of fact.
So they end up finding Nick Fury in like one of his like many bunkers. And they're like, Nick Fury, and they're like, he's like, yeah. And they're like, how do we stop Ultron? He's like,
can't!
he says that.
You can't.
You can't.
You can't stop Ultron.
And this is like old school '90s Nick Fury. So still like not Sam Jackson.
So he's got like
He's
the
like-
gray lines.
yeah,
on his ears.
Like Snake Plissken, Nick
yeah,
Fury,
yeah.
or David Hasselhoff.
or David Hasselhoff.
David
yeah.
Hasselhoff,
Because he was briefly. Anyway, so he's all like, look, Nick Fury, what's the plan? And he goes, Ultron's in the future. Let's go to the future and kick his ass.
Oh yes.
And he reveals this.
Dun, dun.
He reveals this ridiculously bonkers time machine, and he's all just like, we'll go to the future and get him. And very quickly, Spidey goes, won't he be seeing that coming? I mean, if he's super
Because he's
smart.
in the future.
Exactly. And he's like, won't he see that coming? And he's like, no, because Nick Fury, that's all we can do. And Wolverine is there. And Wolverine has what all of us are thinking. He goes, what if I just go back in time and murder Hank Pym before he makes Ultron?
And kill two birds with one stone. Then Wasp doesn't get slapped, and she can't bitch about it for 50 years anymore.
And that's an important problem
And
to
that-
solve.
yeah.
Not sexist. Stupid.
So Wolverine says that, and everyone goes, no, we can't do that. And he's like, why not? And they go, it's the butterfly effect. He's actually done some good things, too, but it'll be a huge butterfly effect.
If
And
Hank Pym dies, America burns to the ground.
save the cheerleader. Save the Ant-Man. Save the world. So in this glorious moment, all of them say, Wolverine, don't go to the past. And then they all leave to go to the future, and they leave Wolverine alone with the time machine.
Wow.
Who then goes to the past?
Of course he does! Of course he does!
It's like, all right, Wolverine, pinky promise.
And it's fantastic, because they leave like
Okay.
four...
He's crossing his claws behind his head.
All right, little Wolvie, your parents are going out of town for the weekend.
Don't have a
Be
party.
good while we're
There's
gone.
plenty of food in the freezer.
We've left you $500.
Remember, the booze
not-
cabinet lock doesn't work anymore.
No parties and no going in the past to kill Ant-Man.
And the Ferrari's full of gas. Have a good weekend.
Should have taken the Ferrari.
And there's this glorious moment because like there are like these four other superheroes, I forget who they are, who like didn't go to the future, and he's like, I'm going to the past. They're like, Wolverine, don't, and he goes, I'm Wolverine, I'm going. They're like, oh.
No.
So Wolverine goes to the
Please
past.
stop.
Invisible Woman of all people comes with him because she snuck
Why?
aboard. I don't know.
Oh, 'cause she's invisible.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
That's
She's the sneakiest.
Jessica Alba,
No.
Ugh.
So he's all like, Hank Pym, and he's all like, who are you? And he's just like, I'm gonna murder you.
You made this robot that's in the future twice,
there are two Ultrons now.
and we're going to kill you for it.
In the double future.
I believe the correct tense would be, you will have made another Ultron, and he will have returned. But not yet.
There is this
I'm
glorious
just so confused.
There is this glorious moment that I forgot to mention where he's like, what if I just go back in time and kill Hank Pym? They're like, that's stupid. One of them goes, can't you just go back in time and tell him not to do it?
Yeah, really.
And everyone in the room goes, that won't work. That's like telling a kid not to press a button.
Yeah.
How? What?
Yeah, honestly, that's their
Take
conclusion.
pictures with you. Like, take pictures of the
This is
Ultron
Ultron.
riddled world,
Yeah.
and then go back in time and be like,
This is what happens.
you made the thing that did this. Don't make that thing.
So Wolverine and Invisible Woman are in there. Wolverine's
How
slicing the
far in
fuck
the
out of
past
Ant-Man.
are we talking about?
We're talking like he's an Avenger. Like Avengers are still like
Does
new.
he know who Wolverine is
No.
in that time?
He doesn't know who Wolverine is. He knows he knows Sue Storm,
Sure.
but he doesn't know Wolverine.
It would have been.
So Sue Storm's just watching him like tear into this guy.
Well, at one moment he's about to like do the final blow, and then his claws stop moving, and he's all like, "I told you to wait by the car," or whatever.
She's like,
and she's all like, "This is a bad idea," and he's all like, "No, it's not," and she's like, "Okay." And so he kills Hank Pym.
Seriously?
Not that close. Like there's actual dialogue, but this is a synopsis.
No, but like he's dead. He killed
Yeah,
him.
so he kills him.
Yeah.
And they're all just, and they're walking back to like the time thing so they can go to the present again. And they're just like, look, the butterfly effect is probably going to happen. And he just goes, look, whatever I changed can only be better, right?
In theory.
So they go to the present, I say in quotation
And
marks.
America has burned to the ground.
You're not wrong.
Okay.
Entirely.
So this is about halfway through the miniseries where Ultron is no longer talked about.
Yeah, this series.
Yep.
So the series named
Yep.
Age of Ultron, for the first half, basically doesn't have Ultron.
And the second half doesn't have Ultron.
Fuck,
Yeah, that made us all go,
Okay.
guys.
So they go to the
Age
present.
of killing Hank Pym.
Doesn't have quite the ring to it.
That's why.
So
they
he
changed
comes
it.
in, world's kind of, again, being like blown up left and right. We find out that Tony Stark is now kind of like head tech guy. And
Oh,
is
that's
like
like no one.
everything
Of the world.
of like America. And he's all just like, Avengers, do this. And they're all like, okay.
No.
And they're fighting, out of all people, I think her name is Morgan Le Fay.
What the fuck is that?
And
Oh, I
she's
know
a
that
very minuscule sorcerer person. Apparently without Hank Pym, technology didn't go as big as it could. So now magic is like the big
Wait,
top notch.
Morgan Le Fay?
And Doctor
It's a
Strange
thing.
rules the world.
That's horrifying.
It's really weird. So it's basically now the world is basically a big battle between Tony Stark and her, and they're losing. And so Wolverine's like, "What the hell happened, bub?" And they're all like, "I don't know. Some random guy with claws showed up and killed Hank Pym. So all of this happened." And there's this great moment where like Wolverine's fighting Wolverine of that present,
Oh, for Christ's
and
sake.
Wolverine goes, "I know this guy. I know this scent. It's you, isn't it?" And he's like, "Yeah, it is." And then they're like, "All right, you want a beer?" Yeah.
There's no sense in fighting.
World's being blown up. And then there's this big battle. There's a lot of weird talking about what's happening now since Hank Pym died. That's really not important because it'll basically pull a Deus Ex Machina, and none of this will really be important. But
Okay.
I'm building up to that. So they're in this giant war: Iron Man versus magic user woman. Iron Man gets critically injured, and Wolverine's like, "All right, I know how to fix this." And Tony Stark goes, "Are you going to go back in time and stop yourself from doing this?" And Wolverine goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Don't do that. We can't keep jumping back in time and doing this. There's a reason why we don't do
The
that."
time police will show up.
Yeah. I think that's a thing.
They look like Judge Dredd. Like it's like Judge Dredd, but it's like blue and white.
I
and
pictured-
they have like a light on top of it.
I pictured the vegan police. From
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Pilgrim.
He's all like, "Look,"
They just come busting through a wall.
he goes, "You can't keep messing with time. It's causing too many weird things to go in motion.
Yeah.
You can't keep doing this."
It's a great name for a TV show. Time Police.
No, you even need to have like a
gotta
guy's
be our
name
show.
like Mike Stonehard, Time Cop.
We have to make this.
Oh, that reminds me.
Mike to the future.
Add it to the list of projects.
I told Andrew this already, but I came
Work on
across
it.
a really rad name for a rap group.
Okay.
The Dope Confederacy.
I love it.
Wow.
So, okay.
Yeah.
So Wolverine in Wolverine fashion goes, "Screw this," and goes back in time.
Because
Somebody keep him away from that time machine.
Are you volunteering to be the guy who holds Wolverine back?
Yes. If it means
not
the story
me.
will be over, then yes.
They like draw a line
Just
in the
get a
sand,
big magnet
across
and
this
you
thing.
put him in a closet for a while. I mean,
Magnets,
Calms
bitch.
down.
So now,
so he's back in time.
so we're
again.
back in time. Remember, this is where Wolverine and Sue Storm are like fighting Hank Pym. So more different Wolverine shows up and goes, "No, Wolverine, stop!" And Wolverine goes, bub. in Wolverine fashion.
I see all of their heads turning at once.
Yeah.
Wolverine sorry, what?
And then like someone's throwing their hands up like, this is fucking ridiculous.
The best
Will
reaction.
someone please call the time police?
The best person out of everyone in this whole situation is Hank Pym going, "What is going on? Who are all these
Why does
small
everyone
guys
wanna
with
kill me?"
claws?"
Guys, if you don't want me to make a robot, just tell me.
I won't
don't
make the
that
robot.
Well,
Just trying to invent a better toilet.
So they're duking it out, and Wolverine's like, other Wolverine, we can't kill him. Shit's gonna get bonkers. Like, even more bonkers. And,
Like super bonkers.
and Hank's like, what did I do? Like, you make a giant robot, and he's like, you planning on making a robot? Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it Ultron of all things. Okay, it's gonna murder a lot of people.
Like a lot of people.
And he has this great moment where he, like, looks at his hand, he's like, what?
The finger blood is dripping.
These hands?
And like again, this is like him creating his AI. He's almost
Right.
like looking at it like so. He's like, "My son will do that."
Oh my god.
So they're all like, "Look, we tried murdering you," and Hank goes, "What?"
Didn't work out.
And he goes, "It really doesn't
so
work
we're not
out."
going to do it. Otherwise, we would have.
Yeah. And so we're just like, "So if we told you not to do it, what would you do?" And he goes, "I'd probably try and make it and not do those things." We're like, "Yeah, we figured. What we want to do, what our retcon is going to be, can you put in a code in Ultron?" So it'll like, you can say like a word and it'll knock him out, and he'll be like, "Oh, okay." So
A safety word?
yeah,
Potato
yeah.
salad.
No, it's abracadabra. Abracadabra is the
Bats in the
best
belfry.
safe word.
What did you say?
Abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
No, the best
So you're
safe
like
word.
screaming. Like,
No,
Abracadabra!
exactly. And it's a
I am
word
Ultron.
that you can't like mistakenly like. Nothing sounds like abracadabra. If you say it, people know you said it.
What's that?
What's that?
There's-
Don't stop.
In one of the episodes of The League, Taco has Kevin conditioned where he's got a word that he says that just knocks Kevin out, and I can't remember what it is.
That's awesome.
It's really great.
I just
Is the
realized
league
that
still
a lot
going?
of
Yeah.
Kevin and Pete have him conditioned then because Pete has the
Yeah,
kick thing.
well, Pete. The running gag is that Pete and Jenny both have him conditioned somewhat throughout the episode.
Yeah.
They train him like they train a dog. Like,
Yeah.
he has Kevin like fetch him a beer and he like scratches him behind the ear. Yeah. She like clicks a pen to get him to do stuff, but then at like the very end of the episode, he's like running up to do something that they don't want him to do, and Taco just runs up behind him and yells something, and Kevin just falls over unconscious. I don't remember what
It
the
was
word
probably abracadabra.
Probably.
It must have been, obviously.
Anyway.
Okay,
again,
so
So
he's like,
two Wolverines from the past, future.
so he's like
and
potato salad.
They're all
knock
just
him
like,
out.
can you make a word to knock out Ultron in the future because it might happen. And they're all like, well, sure, hold on 1 second.
Let
So-
me just type this code.
So he's like, all right, I'll think about it. No, do it. All right, I'll do it. So then both Wolverines and Sue Storm go to the time machine. They're all like, all right, do you think this is going to work? And then
Most definitely.
Wolverine and other Wolverine are like, hold on, we need a minute. And then, because for some reason, this is where the time paradox comes in. They're like, we both can't go back to this. He's like, I know.
What?
And so Wolverine kills other Wolverine.
How?
That's what the first question I always get asked. I have no idea.
Off his head.
Again,
That doesn't kill him.
Again, though, none of this will matter in a second.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
This
I
is
thought
what
that was the
this
thing.
is what I hate because all the story is the whole. It was all a dream. It was all an alternate. You know that kind of crap. So
we fixed time.
So they go back into the time machine. We cut to Avengers Assemble, fighting like all the supervillains who are like, we found this space thing. Like back to then.
Uh-huh.
Ultron comes on. He's like, I am Ultron.
And he's like,
And
potato
then-
salad.
Yeah, and he goes potato salad, and Ultron's like, no. There's
My one weakness.
There's a bit of a fight, not
Okay.
really. And then they're like, potato salad. He's like, how did you know? You know, one of those. And then they're like, all right, guys, we did it. We beat Ultron. And then there's this great moment where you just see like the Earth on like a panel, and then all of these cracks behind it, and you feel like this like sound, and then they're like, what just happened? And Tony Stark goes, Wolverine, what did you do? And he's like, what? I only went back in time like 3 times, bub. And I kept on causing paradoxes. And then in this great, odd moment of them knowing everything because they're smart, they go, oh, you broke time.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Time is broken.
And he's like, what?
The
Okay.
time police are here.
I'm
Ah,
sorry.
shit!
They ride in on
And
their
they all
chariots
went-
of fire.
Literally everyone says 2 things. The first thought they all goes, you broke time? huh? And then their second
Like
thought
he
is,
dropped it or something.
yeah, like he broke a table. And then the second thought they go is, what does that mean? Because that's exactly what does that mean. They're all like, we don't know. But for some reason, like, every universe, even ones different than ours, are probably feeling this. And two things happen.
Okay.
Two very unimportant things happen. So Marvel...
A parakeet appears in one man's apartment.
He names him Jimmy, and Jimmy cannot speak.
That's one.
Marvel has recently obtained the rights to have the character Angela from Spawn.
Oh, rad.
So they're all like, oh, this is how we'll get Angela in Marvel.
Break time.
So in this weird moment, you see like the cracks, and then you see like poof, and Angela's there, and she's like, "What is going on?"
Well, that's kind of dumb.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then the other thing is we cut to like the Ultimate Universe, like Marvel Ultimates. We see Miles Morales, the new Spider-Man, being like, "Hey, I'm Spider-Man." Do.
I'm Hispanic.
Yeah, and then we hear the. And he's like, "What is that?" And he looks up, and it's Galactus.
Wait,
Like legit Galactus.
616 Galactus.
Like,
that's
pink
fucking
helmet,
dumb.
I am Galactus. And he shows up. By the way, Galactus is going to be the next big Ultimates crossover.
fucking
We
dumb.
think he's going to destroy the Ultimates universe completely. Because that's what they've been building up to. But anyway, I'll go into that later.
Wolverine broke time and killed the entire Ultimate
So
Universe.
by breaking time, he made a minor character appear and Galactus in another.
And then they're all...
Wow.
So this happens. Again, none of them know this has happened because, like, Angela shows up in, like,
Did you hear
Japan. Yeah, or of all things. And it's not like they're keeping track of Galactus. So they're all just like, so time is broken. The end.
And that's
And
it.
that's the end
Wow.
of the book, literally. There's like a whole bunch of crossovers that don't matter because it was all in a reality that didn't really exist and yada yada. And so it just made me... What makes me angry is none of it really matters.
Well, that's
How is the thing that DC got?
How it's called Age of Ultron,
Yeah.
and Ultron's in like an issue.
If I remember, is that
What?
correct? DC's like, what was the name of that fucking? It's like Booster Gold goes
Booster
forward or
Gold.
back in time.
Booster
Fix
Gold.
thing. Is that? Which
It
one
just
is that?
got very... What?
Crisis on Infinite Earths or something.
the Crisis series is all dumb. None of them are good, except for the one where Superboy Prime punches a hole in reality. That one's rad because I've come around on that. It's retarded, but it was done by Superboy Prime, so I'm okay with it.
Well, just because that even makes more sense than what they did here.
Yeah.
And it just makes me very confused, like how this... Because this was a crossover, like a big crossover. Multiple writers were working on it. How does that get pitched?
Like, who sits there and is like, guys, I have an
Well,
idea.
somebody comes in and is like, all right, we have this one character we have to introduce. Oh, and Galactus
Maybe we should
needs
break
to appear
time.
in Ultimates Universe. It's like, I'm thinking Wolverine goes back in time to kill Hank Pym, and that does something.
And that'll-
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just been
Perfect.
Well, no, I
I've
bet
been sniffing glue, but that sounds about right.
I bet the idea started with, all right, someone should break time. Who's
Right.
stupid enough to break time? Wolverine. How would Wolverine break time? And then they just wrote the story backwards, you know?
Yeah.
We should make it a big event. Ultron. Everybody loves Ultron.
No, nobody loves Ultron. Go away.
Great excuse for everybody. To
There
do
is
that.
a crossover that led into a new series called Avengers AI, which is weird.
Okay.
But it's all about Hank Pym, which is cool because it actually shows like a revamped version of his origin, and it's actually pretty cool.
Does he still slap the Wasp?
That gets actually left out.
Good.
And there's this
What is
great
this
moment.
slapping the wasp thing? What's that?
So they wanted to make it relevant because like they wanted to show like characters having flaws, and he's married to the Wasp, and in this glorious scene he like backhands her.
And this happened like 60s, 70s. Like
Oh,
back
really?
in the
Back
fucking
when
day.
women were still getting their rights.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
Wait, what?
What are women's?
Yeah, it happened way back
Had to
then, and it just pisses me off because it happened, and yeah, that's a big fucking deal, and like everyone was pissed at Hank Pym for good reason, like he hit his wife, but they were having this really heated argument when it happened. So he shouldn't hit her because violence is never the answer.
In a superhero book?
But I'm saying that, maybe 50 years later, people aren't still, holding it over his head. Let's move past it, develop some new character flaws
He's
that are
pretty
legitimate.
young looking for 70.
I know, right? It's a stupid fallback flaw, and I hate it.
Well, and it sounds like such an obvious, like, we need to make this somehow relevant.
We
We'll
need
get some
something
domestic
edgy.
abuse in
Yeah.
there. Big deal.
It's like throwing rape into a backstory.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Big
automatically
deal,
make
rape.
it grimdark.
Oh,
it
whatever.
makes it fucking. It's a cop out.
They
No,
raped
but I
my Uncle
totally-
Ben.
Spider-Man with a new twist.
That's an interesting reboot right there. But no, I totally get it. Like they take these legitimate.
They try and
real
take whatever's
issues
important,
and
yeah.
put them into comic books to make them seem
Which is
legitimate
kinda
and
cool.
real, but they're not that good at it
No.
most of the time.
We've been getting better with diversity in comics
Oh, yeah.
lately. Which
Miles
has been good.
Morales. He's a
He
double
really
minority.
like. It was happening before then, but fuck, man, he really
Yeah.
he pushed it. Like not like pushing it.
No, really push it. Donald Glover as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
If only that had happened.
Donald for Spider-Man.
You heard about that, right?
Yeah, of
That's
course I did.
when the internet
So
went
it's
crazy.
the Hank Pym issue, and then he gets this this is how Hank Pym remembers about the potato salad word,
Right.
because they make him forget. They make him forcefully forget. Otherwise, Ultron would have known, and then he
Wow.
would have known this whole time. So everything plays out exactly the same way. So he gets this videotape, and he puts it in. It says Hank, play me. Like it's Alice in Wonderland, and he puts it in, and he's like, "Hi, Hank, I'm you from the past,
Potato
future."
salad.
And he goes, "By the way, we made this code. It's called potato salad. It'll shut down Ultron. By the way, Ultron's gonna destroy everything. By the way, use it before he does that." And Hank's like, "What?"
What?
And the video goes, "By the way, the only reason we did this is because 2 Wolverines of all things came back in time,
Oh, and the Invisible Woman.
and an Invisible Woman who didn't really do much."
She was just there.
He just goes, "By the way, because if you make Ultron, he'll eventually blow up the world. If you die, though, and decide to, do anything else, though, you'll destroy the world anyway because of that stuff. Bye!" And the video
Have a
ends.
good day.
And Hank Pym has this glorious moment going, "So one, I kind of almost kill the world by being alive, but if I kill myself, I have the potential of killing the world anyway." So he has this great moment where he's like, "I can't do anything!"
I can't do anything right.
He looks at his hands again.
He does. It's this panel of him leaning, sitting down against the wall, being like, I can't.
I just.
Oh. And so he just goes, "No, Hank Pym's gonna do good. Hank Pym's gonna make a new Avengers. Avengers
Different Ultron.
Avengers AI."
And that's where this comes
And he
from.
literally goes, "I'll make a new AI program." And he picks up a Doombot head that he happens to have lying around. He's like, "We will start with this." And he's like,
Wait, like a
"Daddy."
Dr. Doom?
And it ends. Yeah, like a Dr. Doom robot.
Ah, for Christ's
And it
sake.
ends like that. I'm like, this whole bit was interesting until the
So
the
his
new
solution.
Avengers.
Okay. He builds one robot, that ends up causing the destruction of the world, and he's like, "No, I won't let this happen. I'll build
The
6
new
robots,
All of them different.
and more powerful than the last."
I'd love to say that has no truth to it,
Wow.
but again, though, I can't say that. It
That's
doesn't
just
happen.
incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Age
So
of
that's
Ultron.
Age of Ultron. Thank God it's not actually being the next Avengers
What
movie.
was the event before Age of Ultron? Does anybody remember?
Siege, was it?
No, Siege was a while.
Siege was a
take
while
me.
ago.
What
Siege
was
was a
Siege?
long.
Siege was really dumb.
That was the one that was right after Secret Invasion.
I'm Norman Osborn. For some reason, I control S.H.I.E.L.D. By the way, did you know Asgard is right above Wyoming?
That's where it is, guys.
Literally, it's 10 feet off the ground of Wyoming.
Yeah.
Look at it.
What?
It's there it is.
How did no one notice this
And
before?
Shield invades Viking heaven.
Yep.
Apparently, the event previous to Age of Ultron was Avengers versus X-Men.
Oh, how could we
fucking
forget
idiot.
about
God
that
damn it.
bullshit?
Okay, no, they fucked up their thing then. It used to be Marvel would do good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. Like, that's how the events went. Now they fucked it up. They did
Well,
2 bad ones in a
and
row.
Spider Island was before that. Spider Island was pretty good.
Spider Island was
Okay,
better
so-
than anything else they've done.
Spider Island.
Yeah, and
Basically-
that itself is a
basically
big pile of
everyone on
bullshit.
the island of Manhattan ended up with spider powers.
That's great.
And we're talking like everyone.
It
Like
was
Right.
fucking
little
crazy.
baby Timmy next door.
Why does this?
Didn't?
Don't
well,
worry
no,
about it.
and then something happened like halfway through where some of them got, was it lizard powers? Some of them ended up with like other powers.
That was different.
Where you get like different tribes of the spider people versus
It was
the
other
lizard
different
people.
Society is breaking
I'm getting my nonsense confused.
That was different.
Getting my nonsense.
I don't like Spider Island because it involves one of my least favorite characters ever, the Jackal, aka the
Yeah.
main reason why the Clone Saga exists.
Yeah.
Which, if you've been paying attention, I'm sure
Jackal.
Sparky has been saying is awful.
No, he's been
That's
saying the
Jake.
Clone Saga
Yeah,
one.
Clone Saga is awful.
The
I mean, I don't like it
Saga
either,
is the
but
biggest black
it's
mark in
awful.
all of Spidey's
So the
history.
fact
We'll
that
have to talk about
I
that.
still
at some
disagree.
we're still trying to make the main
One
bad
more
guy
day.
of the Clone Saga relevant. Really, I don't like it. You'll love this. This is how everyone gets spider powers. The Jackal, in a weird idea to screw over the world, takes Spider-Man DNA, which he has because of things.
Don't worry about it, that's
things.
why.
And he goes, I have this ingenious idea to take over the world. I'll give everybody spider powers. How will I do it, you say? I'm gonna take a whole bunch of bed bugs
What?
and give them spider DNA. Every person
Oh
they
my
bite
God.
gets Spider-Man powers.
So wait, it's
However-
like I need to take over the world. I'll make everybody super powerful.
Yep.
Well, in a way, it kind of works because it turns like New York into
Halfway-
just a super chaotic environment.
I guess that makes
Halfway
sense.
through, also
But
like
it's
people
still
start like
sort of a
mutating.
flawed plan. Because eventually,
it's bad.
you have
It's
to think some kind of organization is going
Someone
to
will
And
rise.
then
rise
this
to the top.
organization
And then that
has
organization
spider
is full of
sense.
spider powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to deal with that.
The only flaw to that is like halfway through, people start like actually like mutating into like giant spiders.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
the only
that's the problem.
flaw. Like, there's a really cool moment where Spider-Man's like, "What the hell's going on?" And then he's like, "Spider-Man, Shocker's killing people on yada yada. Get down here." He's like, "Okay." So he swings down. Shocker's got 6 arms, but he has gauntlets, so he's all like, "Bam, bam, bam, bam."
That's kind of
Spider-Man jumps down. He's like, "Shocker, I will stop you." And he goes, "I'm just trying to get your attention." And he's like, "Why?" And then he pulls off his mask, and he's got like 8 eyes and like fangs, and he goes, "Help me!"
Oh, God.
And I went,
Well done.
there we
Well
go.
done.
That's all the important story right there, other than the fact that you got it by being bit by a bed bug.
right. That sounds kind of fun.
I liked
It's
the,
entertaining.
I liked the concept of Spider Island more than the execution.
Yes.
But it was still a decent read. That was one of the few
Yeah.
big events that
Yeah.
I read because it was primarily Spider-Man based.
So
And you know how I do.
right, Spider-Man all the
Yeah.
way.
Captain
So-
America becomes a giant, scary spider, and they're like, "Oh, this spider's taking over." And then finally, it's Venom of all people, like the revamped cool guy Venom.
Flash
He's all
Thompson
like,
Venom.
who is this Spider-Man? They're like, "It's Captain America," and he goes, and then he like punches him a couple times, and he's like, "I'm Captain America again." He's all like, "Hi, I'm Venom. For the 5th time, can I be part of the Avengers? I'm a good guy." And Cap's like,
No.
"Maybe."
You have to bear in mind that Flash Thompson is like, before they turned him into Venom, he was like this.
We
he's
are
like
just
in the
jumping
army.
all
No,
over
it's okay.
the board, by the way.
He was like,
If you've been
he was in
following
the
up to
army
this
and
point,
shit, like he
good
was
for you.
super patriotic, just like really
Like the all-American boy. Kind
the
of?
all-American man.
Right.
And then
Yeah, Flash
they,
Thompson's
Shit's
actually-
happened.
then he got injured, and that's why he gets
And
the
it
Venom
ruined
suit.
his football scholarship.
Well,
It did. He doesn't have
yeah,
legs.
he got paralyzed.
Oh.
Yeah, and then he
that would do
turned.
it.
Yeah, he got paralyzed, and then he became an alcoholic. And then he got the Venom suit, and so now he gets to help
So
people.
now he can.
Yeah,
So now it can be awesome.
Yeah.
But again, it's Venom, so occasionally, like,
he
there was
can't
this
wear
really-
the suit for very long.
There was this really cool moment where, yeah, he's given up on that.
Oh, he's just using it all the time.
There's this
Okay.
great moment where it's like one of his and like it's like like super secret black ops are like, by the way, Flash Thompson, we have the Venom symbiote. Will you be Venom for a while and do these super secret co-op or like black ops? And he's like, all right, I'm not doing anything in comics. So he literally becomes Venom, and you know the Venom like regrows his legs, and he's like swinging around, being cool Venom. Bad guy he's fighting ends up like shooting a missile at the ground. In the crossfire, like it blows off the symbiote, like off his legs. So like, not again! And because like starts like killing everyone, like as big giant Venom. And there's
Right.
this great moment because he went in to like rescue like this, I don't know, this government guy, and he's suddenly like giant Venom killing people. And at one moment he like eats a guy, and the guy he's trying to save is like, "Oh my goodness!" And he spits him out, and he goes, "It's fine, I didn't swallow him." And it's awesome. And so then it
So
just
can I join the Avengers?
it like this is it like cuts to like him like taking that like government guy like onto a helicopter to get him home, and he's like normal, Venom looking, and they're like, "Oh, Ambassador, whatever, we're so happy you're alive. Did anything unusual happen during the mission?" And the guy like looks at Venom, and he just gives him this like glare, and the guy goes, "No, everything was fine. Venom is hero. You need to give man medal.
This guy.
Give him all blue ribbon, all time."
Oh man.
And so now he's kind of an Avenger, not really.
That's weird. to
What was
think
your
about.
question that you were going to ask before we?
Jumping all over
I don't
the
remember. Oh, I was going to ask about X-Men versus Avengers. What
Avengers vs X-Men?
or
Oh,
whatever.
Mitch.
I don't know what gets
Mitch's
stopped going.
face plant
Ugh.
describes Avengers vs X-Men.
Oh.
See, the
Ow.
like before we explain it, the series doesn't bother me as much as this whole martyr shit they're doing with Cyclops after it because like Avengers vs X-Men happens, and Cyclops is like.
This one leads
Can
to
I
the whole
explain it?
Cyclops getting evil and Cyclops.
Yes, but Cyclops isn't actually evil. He's just there's this huge fucking banner of like Cyclops was right because like all the
Because
shit that he
of
said would
this.
happen in AVX actually did happen, even though I was like, no, that's not gonna happen. And now it's like trying to raise Cyclops up to be like this fucking the same exact thing he was before they turned him into a villain, which was the most interesting thing they've done to the character in fucking years.
Right.
And they're
Just because they were
turning-
doing something with him.
Yeah, exactly. And now they're just turning him back into what he was before, and except now they're kind of like rubbing it in your face, like, hey, now you have to like him. You can explain it, Mitch.
All right.
I'll just get angry.
Avengers vs. X-Men. Just hearing that title should make you a little excited because you're like, oh, dude, two giant superhero teams
Yeah, it
are
sounds
gonna
like
be,
a good video
gonna be
game.
duking it out. What are we at? Got
We're
thank you.
fine.
I can sum this one up a little bit faster, but only if we don't go. But I understand that.
Got it.
Okay. The original plot is Nova, a character that I knew very little about. I still know very little about.
Marvel's Green Lantern.
Comes
That's why I
flying
hate
in
him.
out of nowhere, and the Avengers are like don't know it's him. They're like, "Oh no, an incredibly fast object is flying towards Earth.
The human rocket.
We must assemble." So they go out, and they're like, "We will stop it." They don't. It crashes, and they're like, "Oh shit, it's Nova!" And Nova goes, "It's coming!"
Oh gosh.
And they're like, "What?" And he goes, "The Phoenix!" Blah, and he passes out.
Would have been better if he said Doomsday.
It's the Doomsday! For those of you at home who don't know, the Phoenix Force is a thing that takes over Jean Grey, it makes her super overballs powerful, and it's really dumb.
Not
anyway,
necessarily Jean Grey. It just always does.
it just always
It
does.
doesn't have to, but it does.
The
She
only
is
thing that
the
makes her
perfect Phoenix.
interesting.
Yeah.
So Phoenix is a big energy force that basically, once you get it, kind of like turns you evil and
cosmic
stuff.
being.
Yeah, it's
So it's kind of like the symbiote with
It's-
cosmic powers.
Yeah.
For
Yes.
all intents and purposes, it's a god.
Okay.
I really
Like
hate
a
it.
cosmic god.
Okay.
I really hate it. It has to possess something though to do
Yeah.
anything.
Well,
But it's
it
really
It just doesn't
annoying.
have a body.
So this has happened several times in the X-Men universe because it keeps taking over Jean Grey of all people, who Cyclops are like, my dead wife, who keeps coming back.
Hate it when that happens.
And they're all like,
so hard.
and they go, there, and pat him on the back. So prior to this, there was another ridiculous crossover that basically has prevented mutants from being born. We've had one mutant ever since this thing, and her name is Hope. And
Hope Summers. No,
Yeah.
Hope Summers. Hope Summers is the future, but not really future baby of Jean Grey. And
One of the
Cyclops.
many.
One of the many future babies that didn't actually happen, but did happen. And they gave it to their future son, who hadn't been born yet, but was actually an adult named Cable. And then he promptly decides, when he gets the like they go into the future and they hope, and then they give it to Cable because they don't want to raise Hope up during like the tumultuous times. And so Cable, who is their son, but they haven't had him born yet, so they have to give it to him in the future. He's like, you've seen Cable. He's literally like Beef Squat's McWarboner.
Yeah, and he's got like this metal
fucking-
arm that I can't control. How awesome it is.
Yeah, and he's like uses these huge guns, and he's like, he just takes care of Hope while he travels through time, fucking dicks around with Deadpool, shooting bad guys, like fucking Dad of the Year or some
I
shit.
watched that movie.
Yeah.
I would watch it.
So to summarize, for those of you who didn't catch
Wow.
any of that, Hope,
Comic books.
comic books are weird.
That was.
Hope is an alternate timeline kid who is now here because comics.
Because
She's already now this girl is actually already like stupid overpowered. Her power is it's called like superpower empathy, meaning, oh, that's a cool superpower you have. I want it, and she can do it.
It's like Rogues, except she doesn't have to touch them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
Can she
she's-
build powers on top of powers.
Yes, she
or-
can.
Oh, of course.
She's
Of course.
she's mega overpowered. The only reason she isn't yet is because she's like 14, and she's all like, I don't know who I am and stuff. So the Phoenix Force.
All
Dad.
her powers are kept in a trust. She'll inherit.
So giant Avengers are here, Nova being like, it's coming, the Phoenix Force. And the Avengers do what all of us go and we're like, well, let's think about this. Every time the Phoenix has shown up, bad stuff has happened on like a global scale.
We're looking at the pie chart, and yes, the whole thing is bad stuff.
All of it bad.
Maybe we should, not contend with it. And they're, for some reason, all of them are like, the prophecy, it will get Hope Summers. They're all like, somehow they all know.
They're all afraid it's gonna. Okay.
Somehow they all know because Jean Grey is not there, and for some reason she's not coming back for this part. They're
Don't
like,
worry
it's
about
gonna go into Hope. So the Avengers basically walk up to the X-Men and are like, give us hope!
Which sounds entirely ridiculous.
It does. That sentence makes no sense.
The world's a better place.
Give us hope.
You're a good guy.
You're not a pimple on
Everything
society.
is gonna be okay.
Hope.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
That really
Hope
helped.
with the
That's,
capital
that's,
H.
that's all I came here for.
That's just
And they're talking to Cyclops, who's like head of the X-Men at this point. They're like, give us hope. And Cyclops goes, well, no, the Phoenix Force could be a good thing. Because
What?
every time it kills everyone, after it's all said and done, good things happen. Rebirth.
It's like a fire
yada
in a
yada.
forest.
Yeah. They're like, whatever. We're gonna have hope on our side, and we're gonna let the Phoenix get her. And Cap's like,
Wow.
assemble! And they start duking it out. And so Hope is all like on the run because she can't decide what she wants as a person. So during this whole time, the Phoenix Force is getting steadily closer until finally it's like a mile away, and they're like, "Look, there it is!" And it's all like, "Ah!" And they're like,
It's like the moon and
That's
fucking
the best noise ever.
in Majora's Mask. Like, there it is.
It's coming.
I think they actually are fighting on the moon by this point.
Right.
Why? I don't care.
Okay.
Anyway, so they're like, "Look, there it is!" And it's all like, "I will get you, Hope," or as you all like to hear, and I love how our recording device spikes when I do that.
it's just
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
I want to hear that on the playback.
Okay.
So they're all like, "Oh no, it's the Phoenix," and they're all like, "We've actually all been stalling you, Tony. Are you ready?" And they go like to Iron Man. He's like, "Ready. I've got my Phoenix laser cannon." Blah blah blah.
That
Oh,
I've
the moon!
developed in my Stark basement.
Yeah. And so he
That's what
shows
it
up
is.
out of nowhere with this giant laser cannon, and he's all like,
Photon cannon.
"Infinity!" And he's all like, "I'll get him." He says like a quippy little one-liner or whatever.
his
He's just
badass
like,
hero
"Merry
line.
Christmas," and he
It's just been revoked.
so he shoots giant laser beam at Phoenix. Phoenix goes, and here, take this. Phoenix goes, and instead of killing the Phoenix, it splits off into 5 different pieces.
Oh.
And instead of going into Hope, it goes into Cyclops, Colossus, Magic, his sister, Emma Frost, and Namor, the Atlantean with
The
wings.
original mutant. The first mutant.
And they're all like, literally,
Yeah.
this just happened
shit.
out of nowhere. Like, they're like, we killed the Phoenix. Oh shit, it's in 5 different pieces.
Whoops.
What do we do? And the next page is literally all of those 5 in new Phoenix-esque costumes being like, we are the Phoenix 5. We will save the world by killing it. Yada yada.
And Iron Man's like, I'll build another laser. Smack him. No, Tony.
Stop building
No more
lasers.
lasers.
So, out of nowhere, we have 5 already pretty strong characters who are now Phoenix superpowered.
At least it's the uninteresting ones. Oh, snap.
At least it is the uninteresting. So they're all like, so after like a day, all of these 5 are like, we're saving the world, and they're actually doing like good things. They're like,
I'm going to take this cat out of the street.
we will put rain in the desert. We will give these people food. Like they're doing that kind of shit.
Okay.
And then Hope is, the Avengers are like, this is all good. It's
weird.
only gonna go downhill from here because it
Right.
always does. And they're like, Hope, we found you all of a sudden. And she's like, yeah. And they're like, can we, maybe you're the key. We will train you to fight against the Phoenix Force.
Oh my
Spider-Man will be your teacher.
What?
And in this great moment, both Hope and Spider-Man go, what? Because Hope's like, I don't even know this guy. And Spider-Man goes, I don't even know what I'm dealing with. And they're like, it's fine. Because reasons. So they go out to fight the Phoenix 5. Every time we find out one of these Phoenix 5 guys gets beaten, like in a fight or whatever, that remaining Phoenix that they have leaves them and splits off into all of the others. It's like Jet Li's the one, kind of like their extra energy goes into the remaining.
Thus making the remaining more powerful.
So somehow, by weird manipulation, it ends up just being like Cyclops and Emma Frost. And they're like, we have all the Phoenix Force, yada yada yada. Why is everyone else fighting us? And they're like, it's corrupting you. You're doing a lot of bad stuff now, because they are by this point.
Right.
And then Cyclops in this great moment's like, Emma, baby, come here. And she's like, oh, Scott, I love you, because they're married or whatever in real life. And then he goes, and she's like, and somehow he's taken all the Phoenix from her. And she's all like, I can't believe you did that, and passes out. And Cyclops is all like, I have it. I have all the Phoenix. I can do anything with this power. I can do anything with this power. And
Right.
they're all like, oh,
That's
we
what
all
it is.
called this. And he's all like, ah, and starts like killing everything.
Sure.
And in this glorious moment, Professor X, who's walking for some reason at this point, I didn't care. Professor X is like, Scott, I'm Patrick Stewart. You need to stop this. And Cyclops is like, no, and kills him.
Oh, okay.
Like on the spot, they're all like, I can't.
You can't stop me!
And they're all like, oh no! And he's like, and then they're all like, behold, our secret weapon, Hope, and Scarlet Witch.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And they're all like, our powers combined, and they punch him. And the Phoenix Force
punch
goes,
him
Our
so
bullshit
hard.
powers combined.
Man.
and the Phoenix goes, ah! And blows up. And they're all like, yay, we got rid of the Phoenix Force. And suddenly mutants start popping up everywhere because of bullshit retcon. So mutants are suddenly being born everywhere.
Yeah.
And Cyclops is all like, I did it. And they're all like, fuck you.
Shut up.
They put him
And that's how Avengers vs. X-Men
They
ends.
put him in jail. And
They put him
Cap-
in literally prison.
Yeah, and Cap forms a new team of Avengers.
Because what else you gonna do?
Because
Wow.
fuck it. All right, Dexter time.
Okay.
That's
wow.
So,
all of that.
thank you for
Comic books.
made me
thank you,
angry.
few viewers of ours, for hearing my summaries of 2 crossovers that are crazy, bonkers, ridiculous.
Kill him.
Alright, so
It's Andrew's time.
It's
Shaggy.
Dexter time. We're going to talk about the end of Dexter, right?
in the lost pilot of Work in Progress, I went
What do you
on,
mean? We never recorded before.
I went
episode.
on for a while talking about how shitty Dexter was this
Only
year.
our Kickstarter employees know about that.
Well, as of tonight, Dexter has ended 2 nights ago, forever. We were finally blessed with a series finale for this god-awful season.
Yes, blessed is the word.
Blessed is the word. Because regardless of how horrible it was, and God was it horrible, at least it's over.
I'm so
So
excited.
I'm going to put in a warning to everyone now. If for whatever reason you are interested in wasting hours and hours of your life watching the rest of Dexter and don't want it spoiled for you, I'd turn this off now because
Because he's going to spoil it.
from here on out, I'm going to spoil shit from every season of Dexter, and then we're probably going to shut it off after that. So you won't miss anything.
Hooray!
So, Dexter. Okay. For 8 seasons, Dexter has been about this fucking guy who basically grew up a sociopath.
This fucking
And
But thanks to his awesome cop father, was told only to kill bad people.
yes,
True.
his awesome cop father at an early age teaches Dexter, well, hey, if you gotta kill shit,
Might as
at
well
least
kill good shit. I mean, bad shit.
At least kill bad shit. So, for 8 seasons, we have watched Dexter kill bad shit, so to speak, with a few exceptions. This season, things got really weird. In a really bad way. But I should preface that by starting with some of the details of Season 7. This is Season 8 that it ended with. Last season on Dexter, 2 very important things happened.
Hold on. You have to do the last time on Dexter.
Last time on Dexter.
He was building a laboratory, and his idiot
No.
sister was
Actually, I'd say there are 3 things of note. First thing of note is that Dexter's sister Deb finally found out that he kills people in his free time.
which was interesting.
And that rightly freaked her the fuck out. And she spent most of Season 7 coming to grips with that.
Cool.
It was a pretty good storyline for the most part. Important thing number 2, Dexter meets a woman named Hannah McKay, played by Yvonne Strahovski from
Chuck. Oh,
meets a lovely woman named Hannah McKay, who also has a history with killing people.
Hey.
She doesn't necessily
It's on her
derive
eHarmony
enjoyment.
site, you know.
She doesn't necessarily derive enjoyment from it like Dexter does.
they
but
network.
She has killed people a few times in her life in self-defense kind of thing.
Which machete do you
Okay.
recommend? I recommend the Bear Raper 9000.
The
Oh,
Bear
I-
Raper
I
9000.
love the Bear Raper.
Oh, yeah.
It's the job done. Sorry, keep going.
And in Season 7, Dexter meets Hannah and they fall in love because they both kill people and that makes them super hot for each other. Dexter was actually going to kill her, and in probably a sign of how ridiculous things were going to become, he instead chooses to do her right on the kill table.
Oh my god, seriously?
I'm not even kidding!
Wait, sorry. But say
Can
that
you
again?
send me a link to that scene?
They didn't see anything.
They do what?
She apparently,
I don't need
she
it.
apparently signed a very, very good contract that allowed her to have sex with Dexter a lot and never actually show anything. The bitch.
I don't actually need to. I don't need to see anything.
All right,
per
well,
se.
I'm sure I can find something for you. But anyway, he was going to kill her, but then ended up having sex with her on the kill table.
You know how it
And
is.
they dated for a while.
It's like on the edge.
But
whenever it happens.
inevitably, in a fit of jealousy, Hannah tries to kill Deb,
Nice.
and Dexter's like, not cool, and he gets Hannah arrested.
Cool. That's
then
actually,
at the end of season 7, LaGuerta has been hot on Dexter's shit all season long, and
Now,
she's
for the
finally got
fans-
him pinned down.
for the fans who might not know, who
LaGuerta is the police captain of the horribly inept Miami Metro. And I do mean horribly inept.
I agree.
I don't think I've seen them catch anyone. Until, we'll get to that. They catch someone.
What?
Big moment coming up. Foreshadowing. So, LaGuerta's been hot on Dexter's shit
That's the plot
since
twist.
like since the start of the season. And at the end of the season, she's got Dexter in a shipping crate where Dexter was born in his mother's blood. It's all very touching. And she's like, you need to fucking go to jail, Dexter. You're fucking crazy. And Dexter was like gonna kill her, and shit gets weird. And then Deb shows up. And Deb comes in holding the gun because she thinks shit's gone horribly awry in here.
Because
And
it sounds like it
LaGuerta's
has.
like, your brother kills people. You've got to fucking shoot him.
And Deb's like,
she's
I know.
like, okay. And it pans out. We see her like fire the gun. She's like, oh shit, she shot Dexter. Except no one actually believed that. And what Deb instead did was shot and killed LaGuerta.
Yeah.
And so the end of season 7 is, holy shit, the shit has hit the fan.
Yeah,
That may not have
finally.
been the best season ever, but it's setting up some crazy ass shit. Like,
Good.
how do they get out of this? How is he possibly going to run
I mean,
off
he
killing
just
the police
killed
captain?
the police captain who was hot on his trail.
Well, it's the
Sister
same thing
did
with
it.
like
There's
this last
DNA's
season.
all over the crime
DNA's
scene.
all over the
like-
crime
It's
scene.
like this whole thing with like the last season of Breaking Bad. We're like, oh, this is it's all gonna come crashing
Yeah,
down
yeah.
season. Yeah,
And
cool.
so season ends, and we come back.
So season 8 opens, and it's probably 6 months later.
What?
And the
Wait.
entire LaGuerta case has been swept under the
Swept
rug.
under the rug.
They don't show anything, but but Dexter basically says, boy, that sure was crazy having to clean up that crime scene and make it look like something entirely different happened, and boy, is it good that all of Miami Metro believed it. I should have known.
Just lazy writing.
I should have known
That
that
is
bad
lazy
things were
writing.
on the horizon. But it wasn't all horrible dog shit in the first couple episodes of this season. There was promise, and I'll tell you where the promise comes in. There's a serial killer on the loose
As every season.
because Dexter always has a bad guy.
Brainiac.
This time,
It's Rex Ruther.
the Miami Metro has brought in a sociopath specialist named Dr. Evelyn Vogel.
Oh, good.
She's an old 50, 60 something lady who specializes in
Crazy
studying
people.
psychopaths and sociopaths and
Cool.
people who do crazy shit. And
Does that crazy voodoo like
the whole first episode is kind of spent with her like lurking around, and Dexter like, she's pretty crafty. I better like really hide my shit from her. But then at the end of the first episode, Evelyn confronts Dexter, and she's all like, "So Dexter Morgan, I know you kill people.
And it's like, what?
You with me? This is pretty big."
Sorry.
Let's start with Bombshell.
Okay.
right here, guys. So
I'm sure they're very, very entertained.
So
More
I'm
entertained
trying
than
to
all
keep
my
our
crap.
guest from.
I should also
Anyway.
point out that Deborah has started just drinking away all of her problems.
Well, yeah.
She killed
Cool.
the police captain,
Cool.
and in the months since
I love
everything
it.
got
Yeah.
cleaned up, she quit the force. She's doing like freelance work now. Like,
Awesome.
Like a private eye kind of thing?
Yeah, kind
A
of
gumshoe.
shit.
And
she,
she just-
she works with this guy named Elway, who's just a classic cocky
Stupid
blonde.
name.
Is he burly and has blonde flowing locks?
No, well they're not flowing. But he's got
Whatever.
the spiky jock boy blonde hair.
Oh, man.
He's just the coolest motherfucker on the planet.
And you said she's been drinking?
She's just drinking
See,
away
that's
her problems.
really
She has
interesting.
refused contact with Dexter because he fucked up her life,
Cool.
and she just doesn't want to have
That's
any part of it.
actually really interesting.
See, again, we're on a good path here. We've
Yeah.
got Deborah drinking herself into depression.
And then this
Someone
PI
has
business.
showed up out of nowhere and is like, Dexter, I know you kill people. How's that make you feel? And it's like, just fucking crazy.
Have a seat on my couch.
The sociopath doctor, Evelyn Vogel, confronts Dexter and is like, I know you kill people. And
Wait.
Why doesn't
She
she-
shows up out of nowhere in this last season. She goes, by the way, I've known all along you were this guy?
We're
No,
getting
like-
there. It's not
Okay.
ridiculous yet. I'll let you know when this
Okay.
gets
Why
ridiculous.
didn't she
Gotcha.
go straight to the police?
And I'll tell you why.
Oh, okay.
She goes back to the past.
It is revealed that Evelyn Vogel worked as something of a therapist for
Oh, that's
several
right.
cops who went through post-traumatic stress disorder
Including-
kind of things, including a one Harry Morgan, who, after
Dexter's
finding
father.
Dexter in a pool of his
Or,
mother's
well,
blood in a shipping
adopted
crate,
father.
Cool.
rightfully sought that kind of thing. So he developed a working relationship with Evelyn Vogel for years, and when Dexter started
The
killing
dad had
people-
a relationship? Or
well, not a relationship like boning.
I was about to say, he's done this a couple times now.
No. It was strictly professional as far as we were led to believe.
Got
Knowing
it.
Dexter, I wouldn't put it past them, but whatever.
Got it. Because Showtime.
When Dexter started killing people, or killing animals,
Yeah.
he confided in Evelyn Vogel, like, I think something's wrong with my son.
Oh, okay,
And
cool.
it is
All right,
revealed
cool.
to us that Vogel was basically the inspiration behind the code.
Yeah.
She was the one who convinced Harry to try and channel his son's powers into powers.
His powers of
son's
crazy.
urges. I'm talking like a Dexter writer because they seem to think he's a fucking superhero.
Right.
But channel his urges into something productive.
Cool.
So it's basically revealed that Vogel is like Dexter's origin story.
That's cool,
She
though.
is the
I like that,
exactly.
yeah.
This is cool shit. We're diving into the character's origins for
Yeah.
the final story, which is great.
As it should be, probably.
And then we have the brain surgeon appear, who is a serial killer who is leaving pieces of his victims' brains at the doorstep of Dr.
They
Vogel.
call him the brain surgeon.
That's what they call him, yeah.
Oh.
Brainiac.
They need a cool little name.
Brainiac.
You know, Trinity Killer, Bayharder
That's
Butcher.
Weird.
They all have to have their bits.
Any of the other ones.
They're
Ice
calling
Killer.
cards.
I'm trying to remember any of the late season ones, but
Ice
I didn't
Truck,
care
yeah,
enough.
right.
It's the popsicle killer. He leaves a popsicle stick at every scene.
So-
What does it mean?
It has like the joke on it.
In the 2 or 3 episodes that follow,
That's not bad.
Deb is drinking herself further to the bottom of the
Cool.
bottle, and at one point is just so stricken by guilt that she goes to Miami Metro with the intent of turning herself in for killing LaGuardia.
Cool.
And she's drunk off her ass and
Even better.
shows up and is starting to confide in Quinn. She's like, I've got to confess something. I got it. And Quinn's like, you are so drunk. And they take her to the confession room. She's like, I got to say something. I killed LaGuardia. And Quinn's like, no, you didn't. We swapped that whole case. It was this thing that happened that had nothing to do with you or Dexter. What the fuck are you talking about? And it was like, no, I killed
I'd love
her.
it if that was the
and
actual
Quinn's like, I
line.
need to call Dexter. Dexter, your sister's here and she's talking some crazy bullshit. She says she killed LaGuardia. Dexter's like, what? And he comes running to the police station, hits her with the fucking knockout needle that he carries around, and carries Deb out of the police station completely innocently, like, oh man, someone got really hammered, guys. I'm just gonna take her home.
suspicious at all.
Not
even a
even
little.
the slightest.
In a police
If
department.
this season
of all
will teach
places.
you anything, it's that Miami Metro will truly go to any lengths to turn a blind eye to Dexter and his bullshit.
Wow.
I think the best part of all this is we're 2 seasons removed from Quinn heavily investigating Dexter and thinking there was something suspicious about him. And then he kind of dropped all that towards the end of season 6. This doesn't ring any bells to him, though. He's like, no, this is legit.
Yeah, whatever.
Dexter's a good guy. He helped me change my flat tire once.
So Dexter is desperate to get Deb to like him again, or at least communicate with him.
Yeah.
And eventually she's like, okay, Dexter, let's have a talk. Let's go on a car ride. And so they're like driving the car, and Deb fucking pulls the car off a bridge and tries to kill them both.
Cool.
She basically hits rock bottom. Well, they both survive. And then the season starts getting stupid.
Oh,
Get ready.
Because
That's
they
actually a
both have a
decent
meeting.
build-up.
They both have a meeting with Vogel,
that's actually a really cool build-up.
and Vogel's all like, "Deb, you probably shouldn't freak out so much that your brother's a serial killer. That's not that big a deal."
What's wrong with you, bro? Why are you
He's-
so concerned?
And she's like, "You know what? Maybe you're right." And it takes them maybe like 2 episodes to be like best buds again.
Did you know like 1 out of every 2 people apparently becomes a serial
It's more common than you think.
That's
To your
a
right,
weird
look
one
to your
for
left.
not
Chances are both of those men are serial killers.
I can reference this now. It's like a 30 Rock Dr. Spagemin.
Yeah.
Did you know serial killers are actually necessary for the survival of humankind?
So it's all really getting to shit now.
How is that not getting a spin-off, by the way?
What?
30 Rock ended. How does Dr. Spaceman not have his own TV show?
don't know.
Anyway.
that'd be a great
Wouldn't
medical
it?
procedure.
Yeah, right.
Like a half-hour
Chris
thing.
Cornell, I could watch that. All right, so the doctor heals Deb of her
Doctor's all
worries.
like, no, man, he's a
Yeah.
good guy.
And she's like, you're right.
Through nonsense
You're right.
and nonsense. So the brain surgeon's still out scalping people, but we don't really care because he's not that interesting.
Kind of like the bad guy in season 3.
Who gives shit about brains?
Yeah, I mean, they keep spending episodes over and over trying to find this guy, but they swing and a miss like in 2 different episodes. They get the guy and they're like, sure glad we got that brain surgeon guy, and then a brain shows up on her doorstep. They're like, well, fuck.
It's a copycat killer.
So, there's the stupid subplot. I'm not even going to address it because it takes up barely any time.
Gotcha.
At one point, there's this fucking kid who's like killing people. And Dexter's like, I'm going to take him under my wing and make him my protege.
Make him my
And
Robin.
Vogel's recommendation. She's like, you can help this kid the way I helped you. But then he ends up having his brain removed by the brain surgeon, and that was fun for everyone.
Got it.
Along the same time, Hannah McKay returns to Miami.
Hey.
She escaped from prison at the end of season 7 and married some rich asshole.
Okay.
She shows up on a fancy yacht, and Dexter's like, "What are you doing here? Why are you with that guy?"
I came here on a fancy yacht to see
And
you.
it probably takes them like one episode to fall back in love with each other and forget that she ever poisoned Deb. I guess she apologized. I don't know.
She was really sorry,
I'm
man.
so
She
sorry.
ends up killing her husband, who was kind of abusive, and they take care of that, and they bond over disposing of the evidence. And
Aww.
then they're madly in love again. So that's great for everyone. And then, as Dexter starts digging a little more into this brain surgeon nonsense, he's like, Vogel mentioned that she had 2 sons. One of them's dead, the other one vanished.
Oh no.
And he's like doing his magic computer work and like researching the internet.
Enhance.
He comes up on this guy.
If I
who-
cross-reference the zoom in that this guy did in this town with the enhancement of the image in this place.
He comes up on this guy who was dating his neighbor for a while. His name's Oliver Saxon, and he's Vogel's long-lost son,
Cool.
who kills people and scalps them and
he's the
sends
brain
brains
surgeon.
to his dead mother, or his not dead mother.
That's nice. They keep in touch.
Yeah, it's lovely for everyone.
That's adorable.
Dexter springs this on her, and he's like, "So we're gonna kill him, right?" And she's like, "No, don't kill him. He's like my son. We can fix him, like I fixed you." And Dexter's like, "This
yeah,
guy like
you didn't
cuts people's
fix
brains
me."
out. He like cuts brains out. We gotta kill him."
Because that's so much worse than what I do.
So Dexter and Hannah are kind of teaming up for a little bit, and Deb too. Everyone's getting together, catching killers.
Avengers,
Yeah,
assemble!
assembling, yeah.
Trying to find this guy. Instead, Vogel has Saxon come over to her house at some point,
Because that's her
and
son.
they start bonding a little bit.
Yeah.
And all
Please.
Saxon ever wanted was to feel like her true son.
Please tell me they don't start making out.
No, that'd be so weird. Like, even weird for this show.
Okay.
So,
Thank God.
they're like bonding a little, and what Saxon wants is to be like her son. He doesn't, right now he feels like Dexter is Vogel's son, because
Got
Vogel
it.
spends all this time with Dexter trying to make
They've
him
been
better.
all
She's like,
buddy-buddy.
"Why didn't you make me better, Mom? Why?" And so he's having a little meeting with her and whatever, and then Dexter shows up. And as
Naturally.
Dexter's outside, Saxon sees him and fucking slits Vogel's throat.
Nice.
He's like, "I was never her son, you were her son, she's dead now, it's your fault."
Cool. Okay.
And so now Dexter's all sorts of riled up.
Ah!
He's like, "I'm gonna get that brain surgeon because he killed basically my mother."
My surrogate mother. You having a brain fart?
No, I'm just trying to figure out where to go next with this insanity.
It's just, there's so much of it.
Step 3000. Dexter talks to Hannah, who's all like, "So I'm still a wanted criminal in this part of the world. I probably shouldn't hang out
In the
here.
States.
People are onto me."
Hold on. Is this like her after a month of hanging out with him being like, so by the way...
Maybe like a week and a half, because she was gonna leave again after her husband died. But Dexter's like, "No, stay with me. I love you."
Okay. Bullshit.
Yeah, I shouldn't have glossed over that.
That's kind of important.
Because I love how that conversation shows up like 2 years into the like being married. So by the way, I technically can't go to anywhere here.
Yeah.
Because I'm a criminal.
No. So she's like, "Dexter, let's just leave Miami. Let's have a fresh start somewhere else. Let's take Harrison, your son, who you basically never see,
Awesome.
and just go somewhere else. Let's go to Argentina, Dexter. Don't you want to go to Argentina?" And Dexter's like, "Okay, sure.
That's where the Nazis
But I have to
escaped.
kill Saxon first, because this is personal."
good.
She's like, "Okay, but kill him fast because the FBI is on to me." And she's right. There's like an FBI agent who's been snooping around,
Okay.
talking to Deb's boss, Elway,
Elwood.
and stuff.
What?
And Deb was all like, "I think Hannah McKay's back in town." And
Did you know?
so we're back to that. It's all sorts of fun. And
Go ahead.
so basically, she's. Do we have someone entering the fray? Is it? Could it be?
The
Might as well
man-
come
yeah,
down.
the man of
Yeah,
legend.
anyway.
I literally, like, I heard him over the door, and I go to the stairs, and I'm like, and he goes, and then he's like, the first thing he's like, Kodunk.
Sorry.
That's alright.
Brandon's here.
Brandon,
everyone.
hey! Right near the somewhat.
Anyway,
for the first.
continue.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay. So basically, where we're at right now is Dexter and Hannah are going to move to Argentina, but Dexter's got to kill Saxon first.
Well, hey man, it's Argentina.
Because he
They-
has this urge. He's got to do it. He's got to kill her. Kill him. So he starts tracking down Saxon,
Okay.
and the FBI is breathing down Hannah's neck, and Hannah's got to stay put, got to stay under the radar. Well, Harrison's running on Dexter's treadmill when he
How-
was told by his dad not to do so. He's like 3, 4,
Okay,
maybe.
thanks.
He's like playing on the treadmill, and he falls down. And in one of the most comical scenes in all of TV history, Harrison falls onto the treadmill and busts open his chin, just bleeding everywhere. And Hannah's like, "Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, you're bleeding everywhere." She calls Dexter. She's like, "Dexter, help, your kid's bleeding everywhere. Help me out here."
Okay.
He doesn't answer because he's
Dexter.
He's researching.
He's off being Dexter.
So Hannah does the stupidest thing anyone's ever done and takes Harrison to the hospital in broad daylight with nothing to disguise her totally wanted face.
Oh my.
So they get Harrison all stitched up, and the lady at the hospital's like, "I'm gonna call the police because I'm pretty sure that's Hannah McKay." So
I really hope it's one of those like, "Hi, are you that really pretty girl from Chuck?" No, it's the other girl. Oh, you're right. Come on in.
Okay.
So she gets out of there without the police showing up, but the FBI, well, you know, it takes them time, I guess. You know, they don't have these leads or whatever.
Okay.
Either way, she gets out of there, but now the FBI and Elway are hot on her trail. FBI agent is in this, but I don't remember his name. It's not important. We're gonna kill him soon.
Got it.
So said the writers of Dexter.
Don't worry about it.
So Hannah gets back, and she's like, "So I had to go to the hospital in broad daylight with no disguise on. Long story." But I think we
That's
need to
pretty
get to
much the whole
Argentina
story
like
right there.
ASAP, because they're definitely people on my ass. And Deb calls up and she's like, "So the FBI was at my house, and so was Elway, and they're like, we're looking for Hannah, and we think you have something to do with it. So you guys had better get the fuck out of town."
So wait. After like this car crash and like trying to kill them both, she's all like, "So by the way, heads up."
Oh no, Deb and Dex are cool after that.
Yeah, remember?
Like totally cool.
She
Remember
was
how
healed
he's
by
like-
the psychiatrist.
Absolutely
Yeah.
amicable. She's even hanging out with Hannah with really no consequence. And Hannah tried to kill her last season.
I remember you telling me. All right, sorry.
It's
I was
beyond
lost.
silly. It's beyond silly.
That's kind of bonkers, but okay.
So we're leading up to the finale now. We've got 2 episodes left, I'd say. And Hannah's like, "We need to get the fuck out of town, like right now, because they're on to me." And they're just like, "You're right, we probably should get the fuck out of town. Plus there's a hurricane coming to Miami.
By the way.
So it's time to hustle and bustle to Argentina.
Because we need more
There's
incentives.
a
But
hurricane.
I've got to kill Saxon first.
This is important. There's no closure without it.
So things happen. Dexter captures Saxon
Cool.
and has him like tied up in a warehouse.
Okay.
Saxon wakes up because this is the ritual, and they talk a little bit, and then Dexter's about to like kill him, and he's like, "You know what? This was always my favorite part, but I kind of don't feel it anymore. I think love has made me not need to kill it." He doesn't say like these specific words, but in a roundabout way, he's basically saying like, "I fell in love, and now I don't feel the need to kill anymore." And so he sets his knife down, and he's like, "I'm not going to kill you."
And the light of God comes down.
And he calls up Dad, and he's like,
And it's his dead dad. He's like, "You have done well."
Hello, your daddy.
Hold on.
You are the coolest guy ever.
Thanks, Dad.
his dad's going to play a part of this. It's
Yeah,
like,
this way.
very small part, but it's worth mentioning.
Okay.
So Dexter walks away from Saxon. He calls up Deb, who has rejoined Miami Metro, by the way. Her life's all
What the-
hunky-dory again.
Ah, fucking Christ.
And he's like, "So Deb, Oliver Saxon's tied up in a warehouse down here. You should come, like, arrest him. I'm not going to kill him, even though he knows I'm a killer, and I almost just killed him, so he can totally tell you that. Just come and arrest him. It's fine. Don't worry about it."
It's anyway.
Hangs up the phone. And he's on his way, and he goes outside to his car. The FBI guy is sitting outside
Cool.
the warehouse where he
Good.
saw Dexter drag Saxon inside, kind of staking out the place.
Yeah.
And Dexter gets in his car, and Ghost Dad shows up. He's like,
Ghost
"Son,
Dad.
I don't think you need me anymore." He just blows away.
It's just like Mufasa, you know.
Remember who you are.
I couldn't make this shit up, and it gets even more ludicrous. You won't believe it.
I'm already loving this.
So Dexter leaves, and the FBI goes inside the warehouse. The FBI guy goes inside the warehouse. I should preface this by saying, before Dexter captured Saxon, in an attempt to pull him out into daylight, he plastered videotapes of Saxon killing people all over the fucking news.
All right, cool.
Basically showing the world that this guy's a killer and creating a nationwide manhunt for Oliver Saxon.
Gotcha.
The FBI guy enters the warehouse and sees wanted criminal Oliver Saxon just tied up with a thing of knives next to him. And he's like, "Oh shit, I need to help you." What the? He doesn't recognize this wanted criminal. Does not. This is his job to know like the most wanted people in America and probably the most dangerous guy in his section of the country
But
right
he
now.
skipped the memo.
Just completely new to him. News to me,
just
I was
been-
tracking this blonde lady. So he unties it, and Saxon's like, "Oh, gee, man, thanks." Grabs one of Dexter's knives and just stabs him. Fucking dead. You fucking idiot. I hope you're fucking happy with your life choices. So Saxon's about to get away. He grabs the FBI guy's gun, because guns are helpful. And then Deb shows up. She's like, "Freeze, motherfucker!" And he's like, "No, you," and shoots her. Like, in the stomach.
Like
she
in the
shoots
bad
him in
place.
like the shoulder too, and then he gets away. So she's like bleeding on the floor, and she calls. She's like, "Oh God, officer down! Give me help!"
Give me
And
help.
Because I'm part of the police
Saxon
again.
drives off, and then Dexter's on his way to the airport with Hannah and Harrison because he's like, "Hey guys, I did it. Saxon's captured.
Power
we are
of love.
My
good to
ghost
go."
dad was there.
And my ghost dad left me. He's so proud. It's just a great day. Let's go to Argentina before this hurricane comes.
I found out who I really was.
And so we go to the finale,
Oh, good.
God.
which puts the shitty cherry on top of the shitty pile of shit.
It really
I'm
does. If all
excited.
this happens at the finale, I forgot. About
All of it.
Okay.
The episode begins with Dexter and Harrison at the airport,
Okay.
and they're about to hop their plane when they see Elway standing there casing the area.
The other
'Cause
guy.
he's looking for
Or
Hannah.
no,
too.
Not the FBI guy, like
the
John
guy
Elway.
who was Deb's
Like
boss when
famous football player, John Elway.
John Elway.
He's looking for them.
Henceforth known as John Elway.
Yeah.
And so Dexter is like, "Oh shit, Elway's here," and Hannah's like, "I know." They're like talking on the phone, and Dexter's like, "No, it's okay, I got this."
You can't have a phone on a plane. Sorry.
Well, they're not
This
on
is
the plane.
ridiculous.
They're in the airport.
I know. I'm just
So Dexter goes to the airport gift shop, and in probably the only decent thing going on in the finale, he stuffs some like clothes into a backpack, and then sets it down at like a bench at the airport, and then just walks away from it. And then he goes up to the lady at the like airport counter, and he's like, "So listen, it's probably nothing, but they say you should always tell people about this. I saw that John Elway motherfucker over there drop that backpack and walk away. I mean, it's probably no big deal, but you should probably check on it." She's like, "Oh shit, yeah, we're calling the airport cops." So the airport like, shuts down, and airport security comes up to Elway. They're like, "We need to speak to you about an issue of domestic terrorism." He's like, "What?
I'm sorry.
But now the problem is all the flights have been canceled for the day.
yeah, because that's what happened.
So they're like, "Well, shit, we're gonna fly to Argentina later. Oh shit, there's a hurricane coming
For
in."
what it's worth, at least they said that as opposed to be like, "We got him."
It's all right. Go ahead. Keep flying.
Keep going, we're good.
We're good.
So Dexter's plotting his next move because they're probably not going to be able to fly anywhere tomorrow because the hurricane will be rolling into town. So as he's talking to Hannah about what they're going to do, he gets a phone call from the police. "Okay, Dexter, probably not a big deal, but Deb's been shot pretty hard. Maybe think about coming over here." And he's like, "Oh shit, I gotta go deal with this."
She's been shot pretty hard. Like,
Hannah,
yeah, sorry.
take my son, hop on a bus to Jacksonville, and fly to Argentina from there.
Wait, like
I will
Jack-
meet you there as soon as I can. And she's like, "Okay, go for it."
Okay.
So she hops on a bus with Harrison to Jacksonville.
Wait.
Woo!
Meanwhile, at the hospital, Dexter has arrived, and Deb's awake and doing pretty good. And he shows up next to Quinn, who proposed to Deborah last episode, and she said yes. So they're on their way to a happy ending.
Yay.
Quinn and Deb.
Yay.
And the doctor's like, "Well, the bullet bounced around a little bit, but she's going to be okay.
Boing,
we
boing.
pulled it out of her.
But
She
she
bled a
can't
lot,
have
but
babies.
everything's going to be all right."
She won't be able
You're
to
good
have
to go.
children, though.
And Dexter like hangs out with her for a second. She's like, "You shouldn't even fucking be here. You should just be in Argentina. I told them not to call you." And he's like, "It's no big deal."
You're my sister.
They have a little tender sibling moment, and we have like a flashback to the day Harrison was born, and Deb and Dexter are having a conversation over his new little baby, and it's really adorbs. And
Adorbs.
flashback to the present,
Did you just say adorbs?
Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Okay.
and Dexter is talking to Deb, and she's like, "That Saxon motherfucker got away." He's like, "No." So, never mind the fact that he's wanted nationwide at this point. He still wants to find Oliver Saxon and take care of this shit himself. He's gonna deal with this motherfucker one way or the other. So, meanwhile, Oliver Saxon, blood running down his arm from his gunshot wound, hijacks a truck from a man in a crowded parking lot. No one notices the blood dripping down his arm, nor the fact that he knocked out a man and took his car.
Nice.
Drives away, ends up in front of an animal hospital, goes inside, they're like closing up and boarding up the windows and shit, finds the one veterinarian guy left and holds a gun to his head. He's like, "Stitch me up, motherfucker, or I'll blow your fucking brains out."
And he does.
And he does. He stitches him up and yada yada yada.
Got it.
And
You feel like the cat's like,
long story
Down,
short,
kitty.
he takes the veterinarian's car because he sees on the news that Deborah Morgan has survived. And he's like, "No. I'm Oliver Saxon. I finished the fucking job, I guess." This is me inferring, because this is something they didn't get really super clear about.
okay.
Like
But
why he
apparent-
would bother to go.
But
kill
apparently
him.
he's like, "I'm gonna go finish the job at a crowded public hospital where I am a wanted felon."
Because that's what
More
I
than
do.
a felon
I
at
think-
that point.
More than a felon. Wanted horrible criminal.
Okay.
So, Saxon shows up at the hospital. Wait, hang on, we're going to backtrack a second. Meanwhile, on the bus to Jacksonville, Hannah and Harrison are riding along, and then all of a sudden Elway pops up in the aisle. He's like, hey there, hot stuff. I'm going to arrest you when we get to Jacksonville. Don't make a scene. Don't scare the kid. It's going to be fine. She's like, well, shit. Back to the hospital. We'll get back to the bus. I know you're really engrossed in what
That
happened
makes
with that.
no sense.
So we get to the bus, the hospital. We're not on the bus. We're at the hospital.
Just to
The
be
bus is arrived
clear.
at the hospital?
And brain surgeon shows up at the hospital, right?
He does, and I didn't tell you this the other day. What he does to cause enough of a ruse to get in was he takes the veterinarian guy with him.
He didn't kill him?
And the vet guy's like, please just let me go. I'm not going to tell anyone anything. And he's like, you're right, you're not. And then we cut to a shot of like the veterinarian guy staggering into the hospital, and he just spits up blood all over the floor. And, you know, a bunch of doctors run up there like, someone's cut out this man's tongue. Get him to ER. And so while everyone's like crowding around with this blood and everything, Saxon just quietly sneaks into this crowded hospital. And he's going to do his business and go to check on Deb's room, probably, except, you know, because he's a fucking idiot. He walked into a crowded hospital where a cop was wounded and shot. He gets arrested by Batista and Quinn, who are still sitting right there being like, hey, look, Oliver Saxon.
We should arrest that guy.
We should arrest that guy because unlike that FBI motherfucker, we watch the news.
So wait.
So for the first time ever, Miami Metro gets their guy.
So now hold on.
Because he walked in front of them.
What makes me confused is they're like, oh, it's that guy. You're under arrest. And that's it with him?
It's not it,
Okay.
but it's the start of it.
I was about to say that.
So they arrest him and they're taking him down.
Like
there.
doing like the freeze frame jump.
Dexter shows up a little later because he was like, Saxon's going to come finish the job with Deb.
I'm going to finish the job with
that's
him
what
before
I
he
got.
finishes the job.
And so he runs into I don't know, I think somehow he God, I'm already forgetting the details of this shitty episode, thank God. Basically, he finds out that Saxon's been arrested and that's all good to go. But then he's like, oh God, did he get to Deb? And he runs into Deb's room and it's empty. It's like, what happened? And Quinn's like, oh man, they moved her and it didn't sound good. Something happened, she stopped breathing. Fucked up. And so they both go dashing across the hospital. There's a doctor there. Deb's hooked up to a breathing tube and a bunch of shit.
Okay.
We got really, 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 really bad news.
like how many really? 13 release?
I couldn't tell you for sure,
I don't know.
but it was really bad. Basically, when we were cutting the bullet out of her, a blood clot formed, cut off oxygen to her brain, and she had a pretty big stroke.
I feel like that wouldn't happen though. Well, no, I guess they.
It's kind of a coincidence.
What?
Yeah, 'cause they would want the blood to coagulate.
Happen, but they kind of pulled that one out of their
Yeah,
ass.
but that's.
It was the Hulk.
yeah,
it was the
whole
who knew.
Who knew?
I would love for
Let's
that.
reach into our ass and say, oh, a stroke.
That one new intern.
So now she's
irony.
fucking brain dead in a coma, right?
That's what they're barring an extreme miracle, she will never function as a human being again. She's going to need a breathing tube and she'll never think for herself and all this shit. And Quinn's like, we'll just hope for a miracle. And Dexter's like, miracles don't fucking happen.
He whips out a fucking shotgun.
So he's out for blood now. He wasn't already after Saxon before. Now he's really after him. So Dexter shows up at the police station.
Okay.
Goes into the holding cells where they're keeping Saxon, and he talks to the cop who's guarding it. He's like, I need to run a DNA test on Oliver Saxon. You want anyone in there with you? He's like, no, it's good, don't worry about
You
it.
should go
Yeah,
get a cup
that's
of
safe.
coffee.
This is totally legit. So he goes into there. He starts having the final talk with Saxon.
The
They're
final
going
countdown.
over what brought them here. You fucking killed my sister.
Prepare
I hope
to die.
you rot in hell. And Saxon makes a grab at Dexter's ballpoint pen and stabs him in the shoulder with it.
Cool.
Dexter's like, what the fuck, dude? Grabs the pen and stabs Saxon right in the neck with it.
Cool.
And Saxon just bleeds out all over the floor. Now there's a camera in this holding
Of course
cell.
there is. There
So
wouldn't be. I'd be mad.
everyone's gonna see Dexter Morgan stab a guy in the throat with a pen. At this point, we're like, the jig's probably up, right? I mean,
Right.
at the very least, now it's gonna be a race to get out of Miami before
Before
the
they,
PD comes breathing down his neck.
they call it self-defense.
So we cut to a scene where Quinn, Batista, and Dexter are all sitting in a room watching the tape that just happened. And Batista's like, so what happened in there? And Dexter's like, he made a lunge at me with a pen, so I just fucking stabbed him with it. He's like, looks like you pretty much just killed that guy. I'm sure there were other things you could have done for self-defense in this case. Dexter's like, I don't know, man, it was just self-defense. And Quinn's like, dude, just let it go. Self-defense. But she's like, you know what, Dexter, you're a good guy. Get out of here.
Fuck's sake! Oh my god!
You got a plane to catch to
We've seen
Argentina,
the
right?
play-by-play, and I see good intentions
Oh,
in those eyes.
that's right. You're about to skip town. No, get out of here. We
Get
don't
outta
need
here.
you.
What was
scamp.
that? Argentina? No, don't worry about it.
I'll forget all
Unbelievable.
about that.
Meanwhile, on the bus,
Uh,
Hannah is talking to Elway, and she's like, hey, I have some tea. Do you want some tea? And Elway's like, you think I'm fucking stupid? You killed people by poisoning their food. I'm not going to drink your fucking tea. She's like, well, okay, suit yourself. And then she stabs him with one of Dexter's little knockout knives. Misdirect!
that's fucking brilliant.
And she's like, you're gonna fall, you're gonna like get knocked out in like 8 seconds, so I'm just gonna tell you, I'm gonna get off that bus, fly to Argentina, and you're never gonna see me again. Fucker. And she bounces.
Man, okay.
Boom! Hannah McKay has escaped with Dexter's child in tow. It's a glorious day.
Hooray.
For at least half of America's favorite murdering couple. Meanwhile, in Miami, the hurricane is bearing down on us now. The gale force winds have begun. The hospital is boarding up their doors and moving everyone to like a wing where they can, save power.
Yeah.
Dexter goes into the hospital. No one's paying attention to him, apparently. He walks into Deb's room, where again, no one is paying attention to anything. I think he has one final little talk with her sleeping body. And then he pulls the plug.
Okay.
He, takes off like her heart monitor, pulls out the breathing tube, all this shit. Doesn't send up any red flags around the hospital. I'm pretty sure most of that equipment is designed to go off,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The incident doesn't sense a heartbeat. I'm
But
pretty sure
I guess
shit activates.
during hurricane lockdown, they forego all of those procedures.
It's really expensive.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough shit. So
Oh, and then he wheels around on a gurney,
he
right?
does.
What?
Dexter kills Deb
Yeah.
as the angel of mercy, so to speak,
Right.
and then wheels her out. And again, no one's paying much attention. Not like this guy who's not wearing hospital clothes is wheeling a body out of the hospital.
She always loved hurricanes.
But then in
She always wanted her body to be swept away by the hurricane force winds.
I told her I would do this.
It's supposed to be with their ashes, but it's here, it's now.
Yeah, let's fucking do this. I mean, sorry.
Then in probably the 7th or 8th most absurd moment of the episode, Dexter pulls out to the coast. This hospital is built on the coast of a bay. He picks her up off the gurney and sets her down on his boat, which he's parked right next to the hospital. Again, no one takes notice of this. There are people, we even see people in the background of the shot outside the hospital moving shit around, and it's like no one took notice to this at all. This guy taking a body and putting it on his boat. Don't worry about it. It's not important. We have to move all of these people to a power-safe section of the hospital.
The needs of many outweigh the needs of the few.
Dexter hops on his boat, drives off into the storm during a hurricane,
Yay.
because he's apparently an idiot.
Awesome.
Or is he? I should also point out that the water is absurdly calm at this point in the episode, while we see gale force winds going on everywhere else.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a hurricane going on.
Yeah.
It's leaving the water completely alone. Wow, it's weird.
That's a weird hurricane.
So Dexter gets out to his favorite little spot to dump bodies.
Like he does.
He thinks back to that day where he and Deb were talking over Harrison, and then he dumps her into the sea, and in his final farewell to her, and it's super touching.
His last.
And then he takes a moment to ponder the sea, and at this point I'm thinking, wait a second. Is he really going to do this? And here's what happens next. His phone rings, and it's Hannah. And she's like, so we're about to hop on the plane. We got away. We're going to get to Argentina.
I miss you.
What's up, buddy? I miss you. I love you. Are you going to be there soon? He's like, yeah, man. I'm gonna leave any second now. Blatantly bullshitting. Hey, can you, put Harrison on the phone just for, a second? She's like, sure. Harrison's on the phone. He's like, Harrison, I just want you to remember that I love you. Every day, I want you to remember that I love you, and I was always doing what was right for you. And he's like, okay, Daddy.
Whatever.
Dexter
I'm
hangs up the
four.
phone and throws it into the ocean.
Okay.
Turns to face the hurricane
And
and drives right into the storm. And in his final voiceover, Dexter says something to the tune of, everyone around me, everyone who was ever close to me got hurt somehow. I'm not letting that happen again. He drives off into the hurricane. Orphaning his child
With the killer.
With a woman who killed people, and it's probably a nice lady besides that, but essentially abandoning his child with a woman who has spent 3 months with him max
Okay.
in Argentina. We're not done yet, though.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay.
Just
favorite
keep
part is-
piling the shit on.
Back at Miami Metro, everyone's everyone's kind of mourning a little bit because they found Dexter's boat wreckage in the hurricane.
Okay.
And they're like, well, we didn't find a body, but we have to assume he was on it, I guess. They're like, Dexter Morgan presumed dead.
Because we're police.
And, everyone's real somber about that. And in Argentina, Hannah's flipping through a Miami newspaper on her trendy e-reader. And on the front page news, everybody, is Dexter presumed dead or whatever. Like, I guess it would
Medical examiner probably died.
I don't remember what the exact headline would have been, but best case scenario, what is it, like, retired Miami Metro blood spatter analyst presumed dead in a hurricane that likely did way more than just that? But front page news.
Whatever.
She sees that and she's like, well, shit, he's not coming.
He's dead.
She turns off her e-reader and she looks really sad for a second. She turns to Harrison and she's like, hey, let's go get some ice cream. Apparently choosing to have this talk with him at a later date. And they walk off and we fade to black.
snap weird, mommy.
Fade to black.
Fade to black. Then.
But then
Oh God.
we come back from black.
Get ready, boy.
We're back from black.
Get ready.
And we are in a heavily forested area, presumably of the United States or Canada, though I can't be sure. But it is a heavily forested area. We see a bunch of people working and cutting down trees and throwing them in the wood chippers.
Lumberjacks.
It's lumberjacks lumberjacking around. So
Don't say that.
we see one lumberjack stray from the crowd and start walking towards his tiny little cabin thing.
Okay.
And as he walks closer and closer to the camera, it becomes evident that we are looking at a bearded Dexter Morgan.
What kind of beard does he have, Andrew?
A lumberjack's beard.
Hooray!
And so he goes into his tiny little shack in this heavily forested area, sits down at a table, and in the final shot of the series, the camera pans slowly in on his bearded little face as he looks back into the camera, and it's like, oh look, it's Dexter Morgan. And then we really fade to black, and the whole fucking thing is over.
That's awful.
And it's so bad
That's
that
awful.
I want to hurt everyone involved in it.
That's
Lumberjack. That's the answer.
I need to get away, even though I've abandoned my son.
I
With some
don't-
chick I met.
I don't think I've ever hated something as much as I hate what you just told me.
That was all real.
That's all.
I didn't make any of that up. I wish I'd made that up, because that would be
That's
an excellent
terrible.
story.
And on that note,
Oh
But,
my God.
Oh, better fan fiction.
yeah.
I can't. I need to say bad.
I can't.
I just imagine that shot of him just like beard face, slow zoom.
Well, guys, tell you what, I can bring it up for you.
I might make you.
I might have.
I got it on my computer. We'll watch it right after
I
this.
really don't. You guys can.
So,
I just can't.
And that's Dexter.
Yeah,
That's the end.
that was the end of Dexter. God willing,
Deb
may
dies.
no one ever have to watch it again.
He's a lumberjack, and
If
he
you
gets
had-
away with
if
it.
you
And
had
his
any
son is
interest,
out with some
I just
girl.
saved you.
Yeah,
I
Don't
saved you so much
bother.
pain.
unbelievable.
And
So-
I guess that's it for this.
That's
Yeah,
what
we'll
it
call
was.
this
one-
may
like,
be-
we get, like,
This
one
may
through
be
six.
episode 6, or it may
Just
just
make
be
it
like a
episode
standalone
6.
thing. Who
Make
fucking,
it five.
it's gonna come out this week anyway.
People will hear it and they will
Yeah.
hopefully enjoy it.
So that's it for now. We'll be back again probably soon because there's gonna be 2 episodes this week, so y'all fuckers can enjoy it.
Yeah.
As always, tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like, tell us what you want us to talk about. I don't care. The email is workinpodcast@gmail.com, and there will be a link to that in the description as well. Woo! We will see you guys soon. This is Jake.
Museum.
Andrew.
And I'm Mitch.
I hate that. We'll see you guys later.
Great view on iTunes.
Great.